Fox News, I'm Tom Regani with the Iowa caucuses in 1 week. Speculation is swirling around one candidate's campaign. Fox's Aisha Hosni is in Des Moines.
Ron DeSantis, he's fighting off a lot of speculation that he's going to drop out of the race here if he underperforms in Iowa. He tells Fox that's a total lie.
A civil trial against a longtime NRA executive and others is getting underway in New York.
He has been the face of the National Rifle Association for decades. Now, Wayne LaPierre has been sitting in a New York City courtroom 3 days after he announced he was quitting as the head of essentially stealing from it. New York State Attorney General Letitia James has brought a case accusing LaPierre and other officials of misusing tens of millions of dollars of NRA charitable contributions for their own personal use.
Eric Shawn reporting. America's listening to Fox News.
Mulligan's Bar and Restaurant, located at the Heritage in Marion, Kentucky, is open from Wednesday through Sunday. They offer a delicious buffet on Sundays and Wednesdays. Follow them on Facebook.
Your Weather Edge Weather Center forecast, a guarantee for showers this evening. Temperatures will fall to the low 40s as we go throughout the evening, and a breezy southeast wind could be as high as 40 miles an hour. A wind advisory is in effect. Tuesday, a 90% chance of showers. Temperatures will fall from the 50s to the 40s, and a breezy southwest wind could still be as high as 30 miles an hour. And then Tuesday night, 50-50 for a rain-snow mixture, especially after midnight. Cloudy skies, low around 28. Still windy out of the southwest, 20 to 30 miles an hour. But back to this evening, a wind advisory in effect, a guarantee for showers and temperatures in the low 40s.
Church unity. Christianity today seems more divided than it has been in a long time. We disagree about who is eligible for ordained ministry. We argue about the authority of the Bible. We have different opinions about what kind of music to play during worship. In 1 Corinthians, Paul appeals for unity to protect the integrity of the church. The way to deal with religious conflict is to remember that what saves us is not human wisdom, but the grace of God expressed in Christ. The only source of unity is the undivided presence of Jesus himself. Do you have differences with other Christians that prevent you from worshiping together? Are you uncomfortable with people who have different religious beliefs? The gospel message is spread by the conduct and reputation of our churches. If we allow personal squabbles to separate ourselves from Christ, then we will be less able to attract others to the message of the cross. A message from Central Presbyterian Church, a traditional church for this modern world.
It's time for your WPKY 5 o'clock News Edge.
Officials with the Kentucky Arts Council have announced that Jeanette Perrin of Princeton is among 25 artists recently added to the Kentucky Crafted program. The program is an arts marketing assistance program that provides visual and craft artists with arts business training, networking, sales, exhibits, and promotional opportunities. According to Arts Council officials, being included in the Kentucky Crafted also grants artists with the opportunity to participate in the Kentucky Crafted Market, a yearly event that highlights the finest visual art and crafts throughout Kentucky. The event will take place on March 9th through 10th at the Alltech Arena in the Kentucky Horse Park. Parents Painting Craft was selected to be part of the Kentucky Crafted in the latest round. The Kentucky Arts Council, the state arts agency, fosters environments for Kentuckians to value, participate in, and benefit from the arts. Funding for the Kentucky Arts Council is provided by the Kentucky General Assembly and the National Endowment for the Arts. For your WPKY News Edge, I'm Kimberly Allen.
Law enforcement are asking for the public's help locating an Eddyville man wanted on multiple warrants. According to Lyon County Sheriff Brent White, 38-year-old Austin Oliver is wanted on 4 outstanding arrest warrants for failure to appear in court on a variety of offenses, including multiple counts of criminal trespassing, theft by unlawful taking, and operating on a suspended or revoked license. Sheriff White says Oliver is known to frequent the old Eddyville and Kentucky 818 North areas of Lyon County and the Calvert City area of Marshall County. A photo of Oliver can be found in this story at WPKYonline.com. If you happen to see Oliver, you're urged to call 270-388-0911. With your WPKY News Edge, I'm Joshua Clausen.
A fire destroyed an outbuilding and damaged a nearby home in Princeton Friday night. Fire Chief Brent Francis tells WPKY's News Edge that firefighters were sent to a structure fire at 315 Dawson Road shortly after 9 o'clock.
It was about a 860 square foot outbuilding. It was fully involved and beginning to collapse in. There was damage done to 313 Dawson Road, the house. It melted some vinyl shutters on the windows and cracked the glass in some windows on that house. The other house on the other side was not damaged.
He said the fire originated from a wood-burning stove.
We think some combustible items may have fallen over on the stove, and when the owner noticed it on fire, there was some items that had fell on the stove, and the back wall was all on fire, and it wound up being fully involved by the time we arrived on scene.
According to Chief Francis, there were no injuries reported. A total of 18 firefighters responded to the fire and remained on the scene until 10:45. With your WPKY News Edge, I'm Tammy Hancock.
The Princeton Optimist Club installed their newly elected officers for the 2024 year at the January 4th meeting. The oath of office was given by Optimist Club member Zeke Jameson to President Jean Ann Albertson, Treasurer Casey Miranda, Board of Director member David Morris, Chaplain Wesley Curtis, and past President George Kilgore. Also serving as officers are President-elect Shirley Gray and Secretary Joanne Coomer. Albertson is excited about serving as president for the year.
Well, I'm excited. We do a lot of things. It's all to help the kids, the youth of our community. We're already gearing up for our radio auction. Our auction is where we get a majority of the funds that we use to support the youth of the community.
Albertson explained one way the Optimist Club helps youth groups.
Our main goal is to support the youth in the community, and we do that by giving money to different youth for their activities, a volleyball club or a traveling baseball team or the FFA or the FBLA, some different clubs like that. We will give money to them when they come and ask for our assistance.
She also noted the Optimists provide scholarships each year.
We have a couple different scholarship programs. One scholarship program provides scholarships for just regular academic students, but then we also last year started the West York Scholarship Fund, and that's for vocational students. So if they didn't want to go to a regular college and just want to go to a trade school for like plumbing or electrical or HVAC, we have scholarships for them now also.
Albertson invites anyone interested in supporting the youth of the community to consider joining the Princeton Optimist Club.
We normally meet once a month at the Majestic House on the last Tuesday of every month at 5 o'clock. Somebody could just show up and meet with us. They could also contact us about that. There's always room for more. And when it comes to helping the youth, we can take all the help we can get.
The Princeton Optimist Club wants to thank the community for the support over the years. The annual radio auction experienced record-breaking results the past 2 years, and the Black Patch Festival also broke records with booth entries and participation in the parade. For more information about the club, you can contact Albertson at 270-540-1589 or the Princeton, Kentucky Optimist Club Facebook page. Reporting for your WPKY News Edge, this is George Kilgore.
Western Kentucky is going to pay for mild December weather with 3 weather systems in the coming week. The first storm this afternoon and tonight will bring widespread soaking rain and gusty winds through tomorrow night. Sean Paulus with the National Weather Service office in Paducah said about 1 inch to 2 inches of rain should arrive over the next 24 hours.
Most of it will be falling anywhere from 5 p.m. this afternoon through about 9 a.m. tomorrow. We may have some scattered showers through the day tomorrow still to deal with, but the bulk of the amounts will fall during that by 9 a.m. probably.
Wind gusts between 35 and 45 miles per hour are expected tonight into tomorrow morning. A wind advisory is in effect until Tomorrow morning, it begins at 9 o'clock tonight, runs through 7 o'clock for Trigg, Christian, Todd, and Callaway counties. Another weather disturbance will move into the southern Penny-Rau region on Thursday night through Friday night, bringing an additional rain through Friday afternoon with a transition to light snow possible on Friday night. However, accumulations are expected to be small, if any. The main weather impact will be wind chills that could drop as low as 10 degrees on Saturday morning and single digits on Sunday and Monday.
Basically, the gist of it is it's showing a 90% chance, a greater than 90% chance to observe sub-zero wind chills at some point over the next, over the period from January 15th through 21st. That would most likely be centered during the first part of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday next week. So pretty good chance of the coldest day of the season coming in. So this weekend we may have single-digit wind chills, but it may be even colder yet as we get into early next week.
With the Arctic air entrenched over the region this weekend, another system will make its way into the southern Penny-Rau on Sunday night.
There is a greater chance that this could be impacting us with the snow because we should have the cold air in place, one would think, with the Arctic system coming in this weekend. Just whether or not a system forms and where it exactly tracks, I guess there's some potential it could track further south of us. But this is the outlook from the Weather Prediction Center. It's basically given a 10 to 30% chance of impactful snow across parts of the area.
The 8 to 14-day weather outlook is calling for below normal temperatures with highs expected in the 20s and 30s throughout the period. With your WPKY News Edge, I'm Scott Brown.
Your WPKY News Edge will continue in a moment on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Don't just think of farmer. Thank the spouse and family of a farmer for all the sacrifices they make. Thank their employees for endless hours of hard work and sleepless nights as they tend to crops or sick animals. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they know farming is so much more than one person. They appreciate the hard work of all to keep any farming operation running smoothly. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they offer local expertise and best-in-class solutions and service. Learn more at nutrientagsolutions.com.
This is Alan Watts with Your Ag Edge, inviting you to join me Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. for the WPKY Morning Ag Report. We check in daily with Caldwell County Agriculture Extension Agent Shane Bogle. Get the latest from fellow farm broadcaster Max Armstrong. Take a look at the latest livestock market reports. Hear the latest edition of Traveling to Bluegrass and check the opening grain market with Hopkins Elevator's Ben Westerfield. That's the Morning Ag Report from Your Ag Edge Network on 103.3 FM and 1580 AM WPKY.
It's game day.
Quarterfinal action as the Lady Tigers take on Heritage Christian Academy of Hopkinsville. Live from the Cavs. Airtime 5:30 following your News Edge.
Lady Tiger basketball live 1580 103.3 WPKY. Free WPKY app worldwide at WPKYonline.com. Your only local radio news source is WPKY.
Sheila Brennan retired from the Times-Leader newspaper on December 31st after spending 22 years helping provide news to the community. Brennan graduated from Caldwell County High School in 1976 and went on to acquire her associate's degree in business management from Paducah Community College. The lifelong resident of Caldwell County joined the staff at the Times-Leader in 2001 after working at various businesses in the area. She explained while working at Winn-Dixie, a visit changed the course of her life.
Anita Baker approached me and said, would you be interested in working for the newspaper? And that shocked me. I never had thought even anything about working for a newspaper, but I went, interviewed with Chip Hutchison, and he hired me. I gave a notice and I went and never looked back, because once I got into working for the newspaper, I loved it. I think I liked the aspect of there's new things happening every day.
She remembers a school group touring the newspaper office and a conversation she had with one student.
The school sometimes would bring some of the younger kids through to just tour the building, and one thing that stuck into my mind was this little boy asked me one day, he said, when does it ever end? And I said, it doesn't end. That's the good thing about the news. It never ends. There's something happening every day that can be reported on, and that's true.
Brennan noted that newspapers are a way to preserve history.
The newspapers, that was a way to preserve our county's history. I don't know if people are aware or not, but every newspaper is at the genealogy library in bound books, and they're also on microfiche there. So people put engagements and weddings in the papers, and they don't do that now so much. It's mostly just all on social media. To me, that's a little sad because I don't think you're going to be able to go back and find that in years to come. When you've got it in print, then it's going to be there, and you can go back and look, and I just love that aspect about the print business.
Reporting for your WPKY News Edge, this is George Kilgore.
Farmers in Caldwell County experienced a successful season with their field crops this year, according to ag agent Shane Bogle. He said it was a roller coaster year, but both corn and soybeans ended on a high note, not just in Caldwell County, but across the state.
Despite lower rainfall amounts across most of the state, the corn crop is estimated by USDA at 183 bushel per acre average. It's up 17% from last year. Soybeans, 55 bushel an acre average, up 7.8% from 2022.
Bogle observed that the county experienced slightly below average rainfall, but the timely arrival of rain greatly benefited the corn and soybean crops.
In Kentucky, often experiences its peak water demand in July, while soybeans need most of theirs in August, late July and August. But on average, across the state of Kentucky, western Kentucky, rainfall was above average for those 2 months. So when crops have a detrimental stage to where yield is affected with lack of water, this year for us here in this little area, the rains fell at just the right time.
Additionally, he elaborated that favorable temperatures and adequate rainfall greatly benefited the corn crop this year.
You know, temperatures from April to September averaged near normal to below normal in the state, and they were below normal for April, May, and June, which caused the crops to demand less water. So the hotter it is, the more water they use. So the cooler it is, the less water they use. And both temperature and rainfall increased above normal during July, especially when the corn needed it the most.
Bogle believes that the crop yields have been affected by the extreme weather patterns witnessed in the past few years.
I think that that's the biggest change. You know, we scream climate change and all this, global warming, but what I've seen is the extremes, I think, have changed since we were kids. That you had a pretty consistent 2 or 3 or 4 days here, you'd have a little rain and you go on to a snow event or something. Well, these 10-inch rains, these rains of those kind of events, I have noticed, and I'll tell you how I've noticed that the most is in fields seeing erosion. Like in ditches and places that normally have not had problems in the past that are still have vegetation and still taken care of having that problem.
Bogle also credited the reduced incidence of crop field diseases in the county this year to the specific patterns of rainfall and storms in our area.
Because our temperatures were lower than normal, and our moisture, when it came, did not come from the south this year. It came from the west. A lot of our storms and a lot of our movements came from the west, heading this way instead of south. So the south traveling storms is what gets us in trouble with diseases, especially in our soybeans. Well, even corn now with some of these newer diseases that we're talking about, tar spot and some of those. If we're not getting that move coming from the south, our chances and our models predict low disease incidence in our field crops.
Another contributing factor that positively impacted the crops was the minimal presence of insects.
Not a good year for them as well. They like a drier. You know, usually when we say they're coming, that's when we're kind of in a little drought. The numbers just did not reach levels that were of any consequence this year. We still watch for them, and UK still does all their traps that they've always done and keeps up with those numbers, but they just weren't there this year.
Bogle observed that Caldwell County faces fewer issues with insects and field crops compared to diseases. With your WPKY News Edge, I'm Tammy Hancock.
A willingness to work with the Kentucky General Assembly during this budget session is a message Caldwell County legislators heard during Governor Andy Beshear's State of the Commonwealth address last week. 8th District State Representative Walker Thomas, who has constituents in Caldwell, Christian, and Trigg counties, says he was pleased to hear Governor Beshear's willingness to work together.
He kind of said, with the help of the General Assembly, a couple times, he said that we are experiencing record growth in Kentucky. So he did praise us a little bit more than I've ever heard before. So that was good. I was happy to see him praise our National Guard.
3rd District State Senator Whitney Westfield, who represents Caldwell, Christian, and Muhlenberg counties, says he did not listen to the Governor's State of the Commonwealth address Wednesday night, but is aware of some of the budget concerns.
It's hard to listen to someone who spends just about every speech giving campaign fluff talk and chatter, or taking credit for things that he didn't do, or that he didn't do by himself, or that he outwardly opposed or vetoed. And in this case, when we're talking about the budget, again, with all due respect, the governor can make the address, he can announce his priorities, and that's fine. And he's shared some of those in the past. He shared some of those publicly, and I'm familiar with a couple of the things he wants to spend money on the budget, but it's not the executive branch's job to draft it.
The Kentucky General Assembly returns to session this week in Frankfort. With your WPKY News Edge, I'm Alan Watts.
Still to come on your WPKY News Edge, area obituary announcements, and a complete look at your sports edge.
Uncover the charm of banking local with Fredonia Valley Bank, your steadfast financial partner since 1894. Through times of change, Fredonia Valley Bank remains by your side to handle your banking with a legacy of excellence. Discover strength in their local roots and experience the difference of genuine community banking. Embrace the mantra of living local. Eat, buy, and bank local. Fredonia Valley Bank. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment. Your true hometown bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Pennyroyal Hospice Executive Director Kelly Martin.
Living to the fullest with Pennyroyal Hospice means relief. R is for when that time comes that you face a restriction in the health of your life. E is for the ease of access to get that help that you so desperately need. L is for the life boost that hospice provides both for the patient and for the family. I stands for the individualized plan of care for your loved one. E is for the emergency plan that is developed specifically for you as a hospice patient. The letter F, we fill in the gaps after someone passes with an amazing and extended bereavement program.
Living to the fullest means relief with Pennyroyal Hospice, celebrating 40 years of care for our loved ones.
The winningest college basketball program of all time.
Forever! The greatest tradition in college basketball.
Kentucky basketball.
Pull up three, quick time.
Lives here.
Our UK Wildcats take on Missouri tomorrow. Coverage begins at 4:30 on WKDZRadio.com and
on 106.5 WKDZ.
It's game day. Quarterfinal action as the Lady Tigers take on Heritage Christian Academy of Hopkinsville. Live from the Cavs. Airtime 5:30 following your news edge.
Lady Tiger basketball live 1580 103.3 WPKY. Free WPKY app worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
It's time now for your local funeral announcements, brought to you by Morgan's Funeral Home. Funeral services for 66-year-old Dale Edward Askew of Eddyville will be at 1 Tuesday afternoon at Lakeland Funeral Home with burial to follow in Rolling Hill Cemetery. Visitation will begin at 11 Tuesday morning. Funeral services for 72-year-old Kimberly Levon Duncan of Dawson Springs will be at 2 Tuesday afternoon at Beshear Funeral Home. Burial will follow in Walnut Grove Cemetery. Visitation will begin at 11 Tuesday morning. She's survived by husband of 44 years, Larry Duncan of Dawson Springs, two daughters, Melissa Duncan Paget and husband Matthew of Brandenburg, and Brenna Faye Nash of Dawson Springs, son James Allen Duncan of Kempner, Texas, sister Shan Hardwick and husband Tommy of Dawson Springs, and 4 grandchildren. Funeral services for 66-year-old Sanita Eisen of Dawson Springs will be at 1 Wednesday afternoon at Bashir Funeral Home with burial to follow in Rosedale Cemetery. Visitation will begin at 11 Wednesday morning. Survivors include daughter Nicole Jones of Dawson Springs, 2 sons, Terry Eisen of Madisonville and Jerry Eisen II of Dawson Springs, 2 sisters, Sheila Duncan of Dawson Springs and Kim Moorfield of Hopkinsville, and 3 grandchildren. Funeral services for former Caldwell County Middle School cafeteria supervisor, 84-year-old Daisy Mitchell Rogers of Catawba, will be at 1 Thursday afternoon at White Sulphur Baptist Church in Caldwell County. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. Visitation will be Wednesday from 4 until 7. Survivors include 2 sons, Kyle Rogers and wife Jessica of Princeton, and Kevin Rogers and wife Kathy of Fredonia, brother Eddie Mitchell and wife Linda of Princeton, 9 grandchildren, and 12 great-grandchildren. Funeral services for 88-year-old Wanda Lee Martin of Eddyville and formerly of Evansville will be at 1 Friday afternoon at Morgan's Funeral Home in Princeton. Burial will follow in Confederate Cemetery in Lyon County. Visitation will begin at 11 Friday morning. Survivors include Shay Vanesca and wife Carol of Eddyville and 2 grandchildren. Funeral services for 83-year-old Adrienne Owen Kennedy of Catawba will be at 1 Friday afternoon at Lakeland Funeral Home with burial to follow in Macedonia Cemetery in Lyon County. Visitation will begin at 11 Friday morning. Survivors include 2 daughters, Ellen Paul and husband Darren of Gilbertsville, and Laura Jennings and husband Michael of Lebanon, Tennessee, son Wade Kennedy and wife Cindy of Catawba, 2 sisters, Kathy Hutchins of Charlotte, North Carolina, and Joy White of Jacksonville, Florida, brother Joe Owen and wife Karen of Calvert City, 9 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. Memorial services for 90-year-old Billy Harmon Traylor of Louisville and formerly of Princeton will be at 2:30 Friday afternoon at Morgan's Funeral Home. Burial will follow in Cedar Hill Cemetery. Visitation will begin at 12:30 Friday afternoon. He's survived by son Stephen Traylor and wife Denise of Louisville and William Guy Traylor of New York, 2 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. And funeral services for 81-year-old James Eldred Jim Poole of Eddyville will be at 3 Sunday afternoon at Lakeland Funeral Home. Visitation will be Saturday from 4 until 7 and beginning at 1 Sunday afternoon. A private burial will be held at a later date at Chestnut Oak Cemetery in Lyon County. Survivors include wife of 48 years, Darlene Travis Poole of Eddyville, 4 daughters, Megan Radvencock and husband Tom of Eddyville, Carol Dora and husband Bobby, and Ruthann Sissy Baker and husband Billy, all of Princeton, and Robin Palmer of Paducah, son James Buddy Poole and wife Denise of Princeton, sister Patty Hubbard and husband Mike of Princeton, 9 grandchildren, and 11 great-grandchildren.
Loss is an obstacle that we eventually all face, and we don't get to choose when. But we do get to choose who walks beside us during this difficult time. The family at Morgan's Funeral Home knows how important it is to guide each family through this grief process with compassion and care as if it were our own. We take honor in serving our community and being there for the people of Caldwell County when they need it most. Morgan's Funeral Home, always there, always care.
What makes West Kentucky Memorials unique? 100% of our business, time, and attention is solely dedicated to manufacturing monuments complete from start to finish. Our goal is always to make the purchasing process as easy as possible. Whether you're buying locally from one of our 3 offices in Western Kentucky, through email, or over the telephone from across the country, we promise to give kind, caring, personal service to everyone every day. Please visit our website at westkentuckymemorials.com.
Black Patch Grill is a bar and grill with a twist. Come in and try authentic Irish fare or your favorite Southern comforts.
Weather Edge Weather Center forecast, a guarantee for showers this evening. Temperatures will fall to the low 40s as the sun goes down. Breezy southeast winds could be as high as 40 miles an hour. That's brought about a wind advisory from the National Weather Service. Tuesday, a 90% chance for some precipitation. Temperatures will be in the mid-40s for most of the day. A breezy southwest wind will still be as high as 20 to 30 miles an hour. And then Tuesday night, a chance for a snow-rain mixture. Cloudy skies low around 28 as temperatures dip below freezing. And gusts out of the southwest could still be as high as 30 miles an hour. But back to this evening, wind advisory in effect. Temperatures in the low 40s.
Dunks Used Tires and Wheels, where the customer is always number one. So when life's throwing you a number two, just remember, Dunks Tires and Wheels, because we'll be here for you.
Dunks Used Tires and Wheels hasn't closed. Well, not for good. They're currently moving to a new location that'll allow them to serve their customers even better. Be sure to stay tuned for details. Remember, Dunks Tires and Wheels in Princeton.
Call 270-963-6391. Dunks Used Tires and Wheels, where the customer is always number one.
Financial planning should be specific to you and your life circumstances. That is why we created Invest FB Wealth Management, a division of Farmers Bank. Hi, I'm Jeff McDaniels, Invest FB's lead financial advisor. Whether you're saving for retirement, starting a business, or planning your family's future, our individual and comprehensive approach can help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us today at our Princeton or Eddyville offices to start a conversation about your individual financial needs.
Chick-fil-A of Hopkinsville wants to salute the outstanding achievements of our area student athletes. Each week, a student athlete will be chosen based on academics, athletics, and achievements. Watch for the Chick-fil-A AAA Young Person of the Week at yoursportsedge.com. Academics, athletics, and achievements at Chick-fil-A AAA Young Person of the Week at yoursportsedge.com.
Machines are great when they talk to each other, but when they don't, network problems, network solutions. Moving at the speed of business. Solutions Technology Group. Learn more at solutionstg.com.
Planters Bank encourages you to support local. Local businesses are better at creating higher paying jobs for your neighbors. When you shop locally, you help create jobs for teachers, firemen, police officers, and many other essential professionals. They care about our community and its future. So please support local.
It's game day. Quarterfinal action as the Lady Tigers take on Heritage Christian Academy of Hopkinsville. Live from the Cavs. Airtime 5:30 following your news edge.
Lady Tiger basketball live 1580 103.3 WPKY. Free WPKY app worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff McDaniels with Farmers Bank, your home for the Tiger debit card. Our team wants to wish both the Lady Tigers and Tigers good luck this fall sports season. So help us support Caldwell's future athletes by getting your Tiger card today. Only at Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
At Triceus, they're ordering it your way. How would you like to have a vehicle built just for you? Little things are important, like rich colors, big screens and displays, almost like watching TV. Exteriors with beautiful style and powerful engines that respond to the lightest touch on the accelerator. It's time to get what you want. Order your new ride and feel the thrill when you drive off the lot. Triceus in Princeton is the one-stop shop for everything your vehicle needs. For more information, visit triceus.com. That's triceus.com.
It's a lot of work keeping a vehicle in tip-top shape.
It's a lot of time and money, too.
Join the thousands of people who have discovered loyal listener big deals. Visit WPKYonline.com and click on the Big Deals tab. Support local, save money, and drive in style.
Maybe owns Florida is too big a statement, but Kentucky opened SEC play on Saturday by doing just that. An 87-85 win not only started UK 1-0 in conference play, but the Cats have now won 10 of their last 11 games against the Gators. It wasn't easy. UK trailed much of the game by double digits at some points, but an Aaron Bradshaw 3 with 1:27 left broke a 76-76 tie, gave the Cats the lead, and they never looked back. Antonio Reeves with 19, DJ Wagner with 14, Trey Mitchell with a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds. Bradshaw had 10, Reed Shepard with 14 points, 6 of which came from the free throw line in the closing minutes. The Cats are 18th this week in the Ken Pom rankings. They host Missouri Tuesday night. Other basketball over the weekend, Louisville fell to 5-9 as they lost to the Pitt Panthers 83-70. Western is 12-3 after squeaking by Liberty 70-68. Murray State beat Evansville 81-59. They're now 6-9. And Eastern Kentucky over Austin Peay 69-59. Governors are 8-9 on the season. The Tennessee Titans went out on a winning note, albeit a losing season, winning 28-20 over Jacksonville Sunday at Nissan Stadium. Titans end their season at 6-11, Jaguars 9-8. Jacksonville went into the game knowing that a win would get them the AFC South title. Instead, the defeat eliminated them from the playoffs. It was probably the last game as a Titan for Ryan Tannehill, and probably for Derrick Henry as well. Henry went out with a bang. He had 153 yards on 19 carries and 1 TD. This game took him over the 100-yard mark for the 41st time in his career, surpassing Earl Campbell with 40 back when the team was Houston. If nothing else, it was a revenge game for Tennessee, who 1 year ago were eliminated from the playoffs by the Jaguars. Predators 4-3 over the Stars on Saturday. The Ducks come to town Tuesday night. And that's it for your Monday on your Sports Edge. I'm Eddie Owen.
Fortner Gas Company has been serving the propane needs of Western Kentucky for 70 years. You'll find offices in Princeton and Cadiz. They're your local and family-owned propane supplier. Browse their website to discover the many services and products available. You can shop in person or online, and they can answer any and all questions in person or on the phone. If they're already your propane supplier, they say thank you. If they're not, they would love to be. Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
Financial planning should be specific to you and your life circumstances. That is why we created Invest FB Wealth Management, a division of Farmers Bank. Hi, I'm Jeff McDaniels, Invest FB's lead financial advisor. Whether you're saving for retirement, starting a business, or planning your family's future, our individual and comprehensive approach can help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us today at our Princeton or Eddyville offices to start a conversation about your individual financial needs.
Someone once said that once in your life, you need a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman, and a preacher. But every day, 3 times a day, you need a farmer. Ag Spray Equipment wants to say thank you to all our farmers for all the hard work you do each and every day.
Have you seen it? At WPKY, you asked and we listened. Our website now has upgraded features, making it easy to find what you need when you need it. Your local news edge with names you know.
I'm Tammy Hadcock.
Joshua Clausen. I'm Edward Marlowe reporting for your News Edge.
And voices you trust.
With your WPKY News Edge, I'm Al Weiss.
Covering the people, schools, businesses, and communities that matter to you.
This is George Kilgore.
Late-breaking weather, local forecasts, and photos.
I'm David Powell with your Ag Edge
Community
weather.
info and calendar, church events, and local organizations that you belong to, love, and follow.
I'm Noah Booth for Something You Should Know.
Your athletes, your teams, all covered by names you trust.
Eddie Owen here.
Scott Brown.
And faces you know.
This is Todd Griffin of WPKY Radio and YourSportsEdge.com.
The info you need, the people you love. No fees, no hoops to jump through. All in one place. WPKYOnline.com. You've been listening to your WPKY News Edge. Find news 24 hours a day at WPKYOnline.com.
Cadiz Trigg County Tourism invites you to visit Cadiz soon and often. We have great places to shop, eat, and enjoy. Find out more at gocadiz.com or on Facebook.
Your Weather Edge Weather Center forecast, a guarantee for showers this evening. Temperatures will fall to the low 40s as we go throughout the evening, and a breezy southeast wind could be as high as 40 miles an hour. A wind advisory is in effect. Tuesday, a 90% chance of showers. Temperatures will fall from the 50s to the 40s, and a breezy southwest wind could still be as high as 30 miles an hour. And then Tuesday night, 50-50 for a rain-snow mixture, especially after midnight. Cloudy skies, low around 28. Still windy out of the southwest, 20 to 30 miles an hour. But back to this evening, a wind advisory in effect, a guarantee for showers and temperatures in the low 40s.
It's getting close to broadcast time. Caldwell Sports will soon be on the air here on 1580 103.3 WPKY. The broadcast will also be worldwide at WPKYOnline.com. Caldwell Sports is coming up. Time to head live to the gym for a preview of tonight's action with the WPKY Sports Crew on 1580 103.3 WPKY. The WPKY Caldwell County pregame show is on the air. 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Cab. It's opening night play of the Second Region All-A Classic tonight. The Caldwell County Lady Tigers host the Heritage Christian Academy Lady Warriors. We'll start breaking this one down on the Athletic Center pregame show next on your home for Lady Tiger basketball, 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and online at WPKYonline.com.
Pennyroyal Hospice Executive Director Kelly Martin.
Living to the fullest with Pennyroyal Hospice means relief. R is for when that time comes that you face a restriction in the health of your life. E is for the ease of access to get that help that you so desperately need. L is for the life boost that hospice provides both for the patient and for the family. I stands for the individualized plan of care for your loved one. E is for the emergency plan that is developed specifically for you as a hospice patient. The letter F, we fill in the gaps after someone passes with an amazing and extended bereavement program.
Living to the fullest means relief with Pennyroyal Hospice, celebrating 40 years of care for our loved ones.
Since 1894, serving as your steadfast local banking choice, Fredonia Valley Bank. The world has transformed since then, but their dedication to you, their neighbors, has not wavered. Navigate financial complexity with a bank that's powered by 129 years of excellence. They're committed to investing in their community and the prosperity of their customers. Remember, choose local, live local, dine local, shop local, and bank local. Fredonia Valley Bank, where local people make local decisions. Your genuine community bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Make sure your equipment is ready to hit the fields hard with special deals on genuine Case IH parts and service. Get up to $100 off any combination of OEM engine oils, coolants, filters, and Fleet Guard filters. Receive $300 off every Max Maintain Plan maintenance agreement and get 0% interest and make no payments for 90 days on Case IH parts. Stop into H&R Agri Power in Hopkinsville, Russellville, and Owensboro today to save on genuine Case IH parts and service.
For 25 years, La Potosina Mexican Restaurant has been your choice for authentic Mexican food. They appreciate your business through the years. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Pair your favorite meals with your favorite margarita. Enjoy dining in or call in for carryouts. Call 270-365-3848 to place your order. La Potosina Mexican Restaurant with locations in Princeton and Marion. Be sure to follow them on Facebook. And thanks again for 25 great years.
Experience the best in area high school sports coverage. YourSportsEdge.com delivers award-winning coverage with more stories, pictures, and video. From record-breaking performances to unforgettable moments, we've got you covered. Don't miss out on the excitement at YourSportsEdge.com and on the YourSportsEdge.com free app.
Cozy Living Interior and Boutique, cheering on all Tiger athletes.
Welcome back to the Cab and into the Athletic Center pregame show. The Athletic Center, your one-stop shop for all of your sports needs. Whatever the sport, the Athletic Center has you covered from head to toe. Dennis Stevens, Melissa Thomas here to bring you the call tonight with the Caldwell County Lady Tigers and the Heritage Christian Academy Lady Warriors taking the court here in just about 17 minutes. Camden McGregor, John Miller in the truck for us tonight. Coach, Caldwell County comes into tonight playing much better basketball than early in the season. They've picked up 3 wins in their last 5 games and also a couple of close games in those losses, one to Lyon County, another to Ohio County, both 7-point losses, but a little bit different night at the free throw line in both games. Could have easily made this team 5-0 in the last 5 games.
Absolutely, Dennis. The last 5 games are really showing that we have multiple players that can contribute. I think balance, we talked about balance a lot in the last game that we broadcasted in the Dawson game. At Lyon County, we had balanced scoring. We have more folks that are putting the ball in the hole. And so when you have 4, 5, 6 players who are contributing in a positive way, that's really going to help us down the road. So this game is going to be a challenge for us today in that HC hasn't won many games. And so we got to come out and continue our trend of continuing to get better as the season progresses. And so hopefully we'll be able to do that. And I feel like this team has really continue to get better and continue to improve, not just with our wins, but with our losses. We went down to Ohio County Saturday night, and we're competitive. And so we're learning how to compete. We haven't lost, even though our record, we have more losses than wins. We don't like to lose. And so we competed in that Ohio County game, and it was fun to watch.
Caldwell County comes into tonight at 4-9 on the season. Heritage Christian Academy, meanwhile, is at 1-4 on the year. Melissa, this is a team that we're playing tonight, Heritage Christian, that only has 6 players on the roster, 3 of those being 7th graders. So you kind of know coming in not to take anything at all away from those young ladies. They're getting out here, they're putting in the effort in practices and in games just like every other team across the state. But this is a team that Caldwell County should take care of fairly easily, much like the Friday night game at Dawson that came out very lopsided, but that's who's on your schedule. You have to play it and have to take care of business tonight to hopefully advance and play again on Thursday night against the winner of the Dawson Springs Crittenden County game.
So we got to take this game for what it is. It's supposed to be a blowout. We got to make sure that happens first and foremost. You never want to overlook anyone, but hopefully we can get through our entire bench fairly quickly.
Right.
That's your goal, is to get ahead, get your subs in the game. But in the meantime, you have to continue to work on things that you need to get better at. You don't want to look ahead, but you got to look within, and you have to understand, what do we need to focus on? What do we need to get better at in order to be a better basketball team? Heritage Christian Academy, they may not expose some of the weaknesses that we have, so we need to limit your turnovers to less than 10. If they're not going to get out and press us, then we should be able to take care of the ball. That's been a problem for this team. So we can't get out here and start throwing the ball away. We got to be sharp, we got to be crisp. But the main thing is just playing hard and competing. We have to get after it. We can't go out here thinking it's going to be a blowout. We've got to come in sharp, crisp, and do what the Lady Tigers do.
We're going to tip this one off in just under 14 minutes. We'll take a break. When we come back on the Athletic Center pregame show, we'll talk about a couple of Lady Tigers to watch for tonight in this matchup. It's the Lady Tigers and the Lady Warriors on WPKY.
Financial planning should be specific to you and your life circumstances. That is why we created Invest FB Wealth Management, a division of Farmers Bank. Hi, I'm Jeff McDaniels, Invest FB's lead financial advisor. Whether you're saving for retirement, starting a business, or planning your family's future, our individual and comprehensive approach can help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us today at our Princeton or Eddyville offices to start a conversation about your individual financial needs.
You'll find over 30 years experience to work for you at U-Ride in Princeton. They are hometown proud and ready to serve your vehicle needs from start to finish, and they do it all safely. You'll find variety and quality vehicles along with on-the-lot financing. And of course, you can always apply online at uridesales.com. Stop by or call for an appointment today with one of their friendly sales staff at U-Ride on the Marion Road in Princeton, 270-365-3018. Hometown proud. Go Tigers!
Caldwell Medical Center would like to invite you to attend a weight loss seminar the first Tuesday of every month. They will meet in the education room at Caldwell Medical Center at 6 p.m. Please join Dr. Mobley, Caldwell's very own general surgeon that specializes in medical and surgical weight loss. If you can't come in person, join them on Facebook Live. Once again, it's the first Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. at the Caldwell Medical Center. Hope to see you there.
At Trilogy Performance Sports, they believe in only the highest standards of physical fitness training. Their staff members are actively enriching the lives of their members and creating a community of like-minded people. And getting you in shape is their #1 goal. They have everything you need: knowledge, experience, and equipment. They find out what's important to you and design a customized plan that fits your needs. Learn more at trilogyperformancesports.com.
Hey, it's Jess. Join me weekday mornings from 6 to 9. We'll get you ready to start your day with sticky notes and local, regional, and national news updates at 6:30 and 7:30. Complete Weather Edge forecast, jump in a Wayback Machine, birthdays and anniversaries at 7:30. Catch up with Community Calendar and cover local issues, events, and even share the love with Coffee Talk at 8 a.m. Everything you need to know and a whole lot of fun. Start your day with us at 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Bradley Furniture teacher wishes all the Tigers good luck this season.
Welcome back to the Cab and opening round action in the second region All-A Classic. Tonight it's the Caldwell County Lady Tigers taking on the Heritage Christian Academy Lady Warriors to start this one out just about 11 minutes before we tip this one off. This is the Athletic Center pregame show for all of your sports needs, whatever the sport. The people to turn to are the Athletic Center in Princeton. Dennis Stevens, Melissa Thomas here for the call tonight. Melissa, we talked a little bit about this game on paper, a lopsided affair going into it tonight, but Caldwell County has done a lot of good things lately, and I really like the balanced scoring that this team has, of course, led by Briley Butts. She's a spark plug right out of the gate, plays hard defense, but a lot of kids are starting to get in the scorebook all the way from Briley, and you take it all the way down to players off the bench like David E. Williams coming in at times this season with 8 points and 9 points. Those are big points off the bench for Caldwell County.
Absolutely. At this point, it's about productivity. It's about going in and having more pluses than minuses. And it's not just about scoring points. However, the more balanced you can be, the harder your team's going to be to defend. So that's so important, but we got to have everyone playing their role on the team. And so that's what I see this team becoming. We're establishing our roles. We're understanding the importance of who needs to be doing what. And, it's just, I've seen this team evolve from not really understanding the system to learning the system, figuring out what Coach Brown's asking them to do. And we just continue to get better and better and better. And so they've been fun to watch. And I'm curious to see how this game's going to play out. But what we don't want to do is lose any momentum. We got plenty of momentum, even though Saturday's game was a loss. I still feel like we competed and we played well and we played hard. So we want to continue that momentum throughout this Class A tournament.
Yeah, free throws are the things that's probably kept Caldwell County from being 5-0 after that tough start against some very tough competition. 9 minutes away from tip-off tonight here in the All-A Classic. Melissa, I'm going to ask you a question on the scoring. You've got Briley Butts at 13 for a game. Then you've got a lot of players bunched at 7.5 a game for Med Thomas. Tink Clark at 7-2, 6 points for Lulu Thompson. Nyla Sykes coming in with 5. Then you got a couple others right around that 4-point average. Do you need that second double-digit scorer? And if you had to put a finger on somebody that you would like to see that average come up, even if it's your daughter, you're welcome to say that tonight because you get a pass being a broadcaster. But all kidding aside, is there a player that really has to bring up the scoring to that double-digit average for Caldwell County to compete with the Lyon counties and the Crittenden counties and the Hopkins Centrals?
I think it absolutely needs to be Midline Thomas. She's capable. She's a really good shooter. She's struggled this year. I can go ahead and say that because I'm her mom. She has really struggled to find just some flow, offensive flow. But, she's been playing better defensively, and it started with that in the Ohio County game. She led us in scoring with 16 in Ohio County.
Oh, great.
And so she's coming along, and she's really struggled to understand the system and just to get in the flow of the game. And she has really, in the last 3 games, has really started to show what she's capable of doing. Tink Clark is another one that could very easily be in double-digit scoring. She led us in scoring last year. At the point guard position, though, it's difficult because she's having to take care of the basketball. She's having to be more of a distributor. And so, another player that's capable that I think needs to shoot more are the sisters, Jakiah Copeland and Loopy Thompson. We got to get the ball inside more. Loopy's, if you look at our field goal percentage, she's leading us in field goal percentage. So I think all those players that we've mentioned, Nyla Sykes has the potential to be a double-digit scorer every night.
I agree.
So one of two things has to happen. Either one player or 2 players have to get into that double-digit scoring every night, or all those players have got to score 3, 4, 5 more points a game. Because we're not putting enough points on the board to compete against some of the better teams. So we've got to find a way to increase our points per game, and I feel like that comes from the defensive end. I think we have to get more steals. We've got to force teams to turn the ball over more so that we can get easy baskets in transition. We are we haven't lived up to our potential in transition yet this year. I think that we haven't been healthy, and we haven't had our legs. At Ohio County, we played a JV game first, for example, and some of our players, our key players, I feel like were a little bit winded going into halftime, and then again in the fourth quarter. I think once we get in better shape as the season goes along, or when we're playing games like tonight, we don't have a JV game first, I really think that's going to make a difference. When we go into Thursday night's game, hopefully I'm not overlooking this one, but if we happen to win this one, there won't be a JV game. And I really think that will make a difference.
I do too. There's been games earlier this season that even went into overtime in the JV game.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big drain on the varsity game coming right after that, because these kids are playing both. You don't have a lot of upperclassmen on this squad.
And that's hard to do. I give my girls a hard time. Like, I don't care if it's a JV game, Little League game, or a game out in the backyard. Your effort should be the same regardless. And so, and our girls, I feel like, are playing with that mentality. So it's really difficult, especially this early in the season, to play two games back-to-back like that at this level, and be able to maintain your energy and your just your lung capacity.
Just under 5 minutes before we tip this one off tonight, we're going to take a 90-second break. When we come back in the final segment of the Athletic Center pregame show, we'll have tonight's injury report. That's next on WPKY.
Your Planters Bank Total Checking account is now overflowing with benefits from the new Planters Perks Checking. Get new benefits accessible instantly from the exclusive Planters Perks app. New ways to waive your monthly service charge. Valuable savings at area businesses. And you can keep your total current checking access and benefits. Just download the Planters Perks app to get started. Planters Perks. Reason number 53 that Planters is the bank where you can expect great things. Member FDIC.
What are we going to do? Doctor, will he be okay?
Unexpected happens. Goodwin Insurance Agency has you covered with auto, home, life, commercial, boat, and RV insurance. That way, when the unexpected happens...
Congratulations! It's a girl!
You're covered.
Goodwin Insurance of Princeton, Cadiz, or Marion, or online at insurewithgoodwin.com.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they are ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine-in or the drive-thru is always open, and they offer curbside pickup service. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. Stop in soon and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's. Proud to be a part of this community. McDonald's of Princeton, proud supporters of the Caldwell County Tigers.
At Trice's, they're ordering it your way. How would you like to have a vehicle built just for you? Little things are important, like rich colors, big screens and displays, almost like watching TV. Exteriors with beautiful style and powerful engines that respond to the lightest touch on the accelerator. It's time to get what you want. Order your new ride and feel the thrill when you drive off the lot. Trice's in Princeton is the one-stop shop for everything your vehicle needs. For more information, visit tricehughes.com. That's tricehughes.com.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market would like to wish the Tigers all the best of luck this year.
Welcome back to the Athletic Center pregame show as we get set for the Lady Tigers and the Lady Warriors in opening round action in the All-A Classic. This is the Athletic Center pregame show. Athletic Center, your one-stop shop for all of your sports needs. Whatever the sport, the Athletic Center has you covered from head to toe. Dennis Stevens, Melissa Thomas here with you for the call tonight. And Melissa, we were going to do the injury report brought to you by Caldwell Medical Associates Orthopedic Clinic, your one-stop shop for all of your orthopedic care to get you back out on the court. Our skilled team of providers have the experience and knowledge to treat and diagnose a wide range of orthopedic services. And it's kind of funny, behind the scenes up here, we said we were going to do the injury report, which going into the break, we were fine and everybody's healthy. And then we both saw a basketball come off at an awkward angle and catch Med Thomas right in the forehead. She got up smiling, and we both looked at each other and said, at least she's laughing about it. But that's how quickly an injury can come up and change the flow of tonight's game and the season.
You know, maybe a good knock in the head might get her focused and ready. We'll see. We'll see. If she plays well tonight, we might bonk her on the head before every game.
So she did get up, but the irony was not lost on us up in the booth. We both sat and watched her sit on the floor for just a couple of seconds before getting up and smiling about it, with Jakiah Copeland coming over checking out to see if she was okay.
You know, they're having fun out there, and that's a good sign.
This team is pretty loose. I mean, you've got to have fun when you've got Nyla Sykes around.
Absolutely.
and Briley and some of those kids out there mid. So it's a fun team to be around. That's going to wrap us up on the Athletic Center pregame show. We're going to pause for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have tonight's starting lineups as we get set for All-A action at the Cab.
Experience the magnificence of the American flag. Embrace the resonance of our national anthem. The veterans of foreign wars of the United States respects these symbols deeply, having protected our freedom tirelessly. Join the ranks of Princeton's VFW 5595 and VFW Auxiliary as they salute all who honor our emblem of liberty with the playing of our national anthem by our very own Band of Pride. Fortner Gas Company has been serving the propane needs of Western Kentucky for 70 years. You'll find offices in Princeton and Cadiz. They're your local and family-owned propane supplier. Browse their website to discover the many services and products available. You can shop in person or online. They can answer any and all questions in person or on the phone. If they're already your propane supplier, they say thank you. If they're not, they would love to be. Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
This is Alan Watts with Your Ag Edge, inviting you to join me Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. for the WPKY Morning Ag Report. We check in daily with Caldwell County Agriculture Extension Agent Shane Bogle. Get the latest from fellow farm broadcaster Max Armstrong. Take a look at the latest livestock market reports. Hear the latest edition of Traveling to Bluegrass and check the opening grain market with Hopkins Elevator's Ben Westerfield. That's the Morning Ag Report from Your Ag Edge Network on 103.3 FM and 1580 AM WPKY.
For a delicious meal, try Kay's Kitchen in Princeton. They have great home cooking, just like Mom and Grandma used to do. Enjoy cook-to-order breakfast every day, all day. Daily lunch specials include favorites like open-faced roast beef, grilled chicken tenderloins, country fried steak, smoked pork chops, and catfish and shrimp on Fridays. All your favorite veggies, too. And don't forget Kay's homemade desserts. Open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 2, Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 5:30 to 11. Kay's Kitchen, 501 North Jefferson Street, Princeton, 1 block from the courthouse.
First Southern National Bank wishes the Tigers all the best of luck this year.
Welcome back to the Cab as we get set for the Lady Tigers and the Lady Warriors in All-A action tonight. Heritage Christian Academy will be introduced first tonight as the visitor. Their starting five is number 3, Rachel Robson, a senior. Number 32, it looks like Kylin Tudor, another senior. Number 13, Kate St. Martin, the leading scorer, a sophomore. And then number 20, Ava DeJager, a 7th grader. And number 21, Kinley Henderson, also a 7th grader. Now the starting five for Caldwell County. Teen Clark at the point. Number 1 for the Lady Tigers, wearing the home white tonight, trimmed in blue. Med Thomas in the starting lineup tonight. Number 2, also a freshman. Lulu Thompson, number 20, a player that's making leaps and bounds and improvement, Melissa, at the post tonight. You've got Jakiah Copeland, number 21, a senior, and Morgan Akins in the starting lineup, a junior. Heritage Christian Academy, Melissa, we mentioned in the pregame, only 6 players rostered on this team. They had 2 scratched out from the early season roster, so not a deep bench. 3 of those 6 7th graders.
We've been complaining about a short bench, Dennis, but
That's a
we're
short
looking pretty
bench.
good tonight. I do want to mention that Briley Butts has been battling the flu, I think.
Butts dressed and on the bench, but hopefully won't be needed a lot tonight. See if Caldwell County can take care of business. A 3 out of the gate, no good by Akins. Akins goes in, rips the rebound away. They feed down low to Copeland. Copeland misses a shot off the back of the rim. Thompson with a rebound out to Thomas for 3, and it's good. Little Caesars Pizza 3-pointer for Med Thomas.
3 offensive rebounds to start the game. Isn't too bad way to start, Dennis.
2-3 zone by Caldwell County to open this one up. Heritage Christian will take it around the top of the key, now to the right wing. St. Martin back over to Robson. Robson to Henderson. Back out to St. Martin. St. Martin averaging 12.5 a game, Melissa, although they've only played 5 games this year. Three-pointer is no good.
And she's shot a lot of threes. If you look at their stats, she's hitting 3 or 4 a game, I think. So she's put up a bunch.
A team that's just eligible in KHSAA play to be in the second region after playing some private school schedules for a while. So still, if you will, taking their lumps a little bit, but a team that's on the rise. Underneath it goes to Thompson, no good. Rebound, HCA down to DeJager. She'll find Robson. Robson will bring it across half court and go into that 2-3 zone with a pass over to St. Martin.
I like our strategy here. We're packing in this 2-3 zone. We're not putting a lot of pressure on them. At this point, we're kind of making them make mistakes. But I like this. I like we're allowing them to eat some of the clock.
Still passing it around to Robson on the left side. Caldwell County moving with that 2-3 zone. You've got Clark and Akins at the top of it. They thought about the 3 from the wing. Instead, it's St. Martin back at the top of the key. Thought about a 3 at the top of the key. Robson now is going to pull up, try to get it inside, and that one's picked off by Lulu Thompson. Caldwell County back the other way. Just about 2 minutes gone in the first quarter. Caldwell County up 3-0. Clark looking over a 2-3 zone herself. Inside to Copeland, back out to Thomas. Thomas thought about the 3. Copeland inside out. Akins wide open, top of the key, no good. Rebound, Lulu Thompson goes up and gets fouled on the putback attempt. It looks like Caldwell County may be trying to get it inside that zone a little bit tonight with a point of effort there to get it inside to Copeland and maybe Thompson.
It looks like that's the case, which isn't a bad thing. Our post players we need to work with our backs to the basket, so this may be a good game to do that in.
First Goodwin Insurance free throw is off the mark for Thompson. She'll get another try. Free throw is brought to you by Goodwin Insurance Company, your locally owned and independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Contact Goodwin Insurance for a free quote.
Another offensive rebound for the Lady Tigers. Med chases that one down.
They work it down low to Copeland on the right block, and Copeland fouled on the shot attempt. So it's right back to the line for Jakiah Copeland. 3-0 Caldwell County, 5.5 to play in the first quarter. Copeland gets set for the first. In the air and good. And Melissa, this is an area that Caldwell County has struggled at times in this season. We talked a little bit with Coach Brown before the game tonight, said the ladies only hit 11 out of 20-something on Saturday in a 7-point game.
Yeah, and that's something these kids have got to find time on their own before practice, after practice, get out here early and make sure they're building confidence from the free throw line.
St. Martin with a lane violation, so Copeland will get a third try at this one. Shot is in the air, off the back of the rim, does not get the good bounce, and it's a rebound down to Kate St. Martin. And the Lady Warriors back on offense here at the Cab. Caldwell County's gone out 1-2-2 now, trying to trap a little bit on the side. St. Martin with her head down, throws it away. Akins in a rundown in the backcourt, tries to pick it up, gets hold of it down low, and Tink Clark ends up with it. I'm not sure who the pass was from Akins too, but a rebound on the miss by Clark, put in by Jakiah Copeland. Caldwell County up 6-0.
Right now we are destroying them on the boards. We're rebounding the ball really well.
It's Robson to St. Martin. St. Martin with it, now it's stopped. Akins had a steal right in front of her, let it go off her fingertips and goes out of bounds on the side. I think that was a little bit of looking up to see how she was going to make that layup instead of securing that basketball first.
Put the cart before the horse right then.
Number 21, Henderson with the basketball, guarded closely by Akins. And a 5-second count, or did they get the timeout? And it is a U-Ride timeout called by Heritage Christian. Timeouts this season brought to you by U-Ride. U-Ride gives you that hometown feel by providing personalized appointments to accommodate your busy schedule and remaining committed to you even after the sale. Contact our friends Lee Hughes or Tommy Harrison for an appointment. U-Ride is a proud sponsor of all Caldwell County Tiger and Lady Tiger sports. 4:28 left to play in the first, 6-0 Caldwell County. A very slow game, not a lot of pace in this one, Melissa. Both teams playing some zone. Caldwell County's picked it up out of a 1-2-2 on the last couple of trips for HCA down the court, but still not a game you're going to see a lot of runs in.
No, and, we were getting kind of complacent both ends of the court, sitting back in this 2-3 zone. I think that's why Coach is trying to get us going, get us moving a little bit.
Briley Butts checks into the ball game along with Nyla Sykes and Davany Williams. A corner three, in and out, and rebound Sykes underneath for Caldwell County. Clark, up court pass to Williams. Williams did a great job saving that one in. Back out to Clark for a three, off the mark, and it hits the baseline before Butts can save that one in.
That was a great catch. Tink had a bad angle there. She should have tossed that ball up to the sideline and get it in from the wing, or dribbled it up for a better angle for that entry pass.
Robinson dribbles up and met by Briley Butts. Caldwell County now with the double team on the sideline, a tie-up, and that was just as easy as sticking your hands in and put them on a basketball on that one as they tie up Lauren Loftus, the 7th grader, into the ball game for Heritage Christian.
Yeah, Briley is intimidating on the front of that zone trap there.
And they're going to say that one deflected into the backcourt over to St. Martin. Down low it goes to DeJager, back out front, into the corner to Robson. Robson to Loftus. That one knocked loose. Butts comes away with it. Caldwell County 3-on-1 back the other way. Butts keeps it but has it knocked away from behind. It'll stay Caldwell County basketball. But you hate not to pick up 2 points when you've got that many kids on the break.
Yeah, and that's something that we've got to get better at. Free throw shooting and scoring in transition when we have the numbers.
Williams with a little inside-out pass to Akins for three, and it's good. Another Little Caesars Pizza three-pointer. Get game day ready this season with Little Caesars. They have a 6:49 hot and ready. Just drive up to the window and tell them you heard it on WPKY. 6:49 hot and ready at Little Caesars. Ball loose on the floor again. Heritage Christian in a tie-up. Tink Clark able to stick a hand in. Possession arrow will give it to Caldwell County with 3:12 to play in the first quarter. Caldwell County throwing the shutout at this point, 9-0. 2 threes in the ball game early for Caldwell County. Lady Tigers will take it out of bounds. Sykes will put it in play to Morgan Akins. Also on the floor is number 3, B. Thomas for Caldwell County. Riley Butts now driving baseline. Tries to go over to Thomas. Tough angle to get it to her. That one goes out of bounds. And a turnover for Caldwell County with an even 3 to play.
Yeah, it was a bad angle. B's got to be ready for the ball. She wasn't ready there. Wasn't expecting that pass. So wherever you're out on the floor, you got to have your hands ready. You got to be active. You got to be wanting the basketball.
B. Thomas at the top of that 1-2-2 zone. Nyla Sykes steps into the passing lane, picks that one off. Caldwell County on the run again to the other end. Sykes down low to Davany Williams. Williams up. Misses the shot. That one goes out of bounds and off of Caldwell County.
So we're starting to look sloppy, especially on the offensive end. I'd like to see us move the basketball, get a good shot, get something open, going toward the basket. Right now, I feel like we're kind of throwing shots up. We got to find some fluidity on offense here, Dennis.
Robson across half court. 2.5 to play in the first. Robson guarded by Thomas. Over it goes to Loftus. Loftus double teamed. That one goes out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Thomas. Stays Lady Warrior basketball. Caldwell County in a 1-2-2 zone. Heritage Christian looking for their first points of the game with 2:21 left to play in the first quarter. Robson with the basketball. Thomas trying to set up the trap. Does now over to Loftus. Loftus's pass picked off by Butts. Butts back the other way. Up and in for the Farmers Bank shot on the breakaway. 11-0 Caldwell County. First points of the night for the leading scorer, Briley Butts. who did not start tonight. Coach Thomas said she has been feeling the effects a little bit of the flu as of late. Robson wants to go off a screen, loses a handle. Another steal by Butts. Butts looks up the court, still 1:45 left to play in the first. Butts to the right wing to Akins. Akins inside.
Good look, just a little too hot.
Yeah, it was a pretty hard pass from about 3 feet. Davini Williams tried her best to corral it, but it goes off her fingertips and out of bounds. So a couple of trips down the floor for Caldwell County out of the last 3, resulting in turnovers. And that's part of what you talked about in the pregame. You want to take care of the basketball and get some good looks.
I feel like we did that against Dawson, but we need to rein it in a little bit here in this game.
Akins brings it down off the miss by Heritage Christian to Sykes on the wing. Back to Akins at the point. B. Thomas on the far side. That pass tipped, but Caldwell County controls it. It's going to be Butts with the 3 in and out. Rebound Thomas back out to Akins. She'll try a 3. That one off the front of the rim, but goes in. Gets a friendly bounce. Morgan Akins with another Little Caesars Pizza 3-pointer.
I'm really glad to see Morgan getting involved in this offense, knocking down 2 big threes.
Bradley Butts anticipated that pass to the right wing. Takes it all the way to the hole with the left hand, up and in. 16-0, Caldwell County with the lead. 40 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
I have a feeling Briley could do that as many times as she wants to.
Yeah, she's just sitting at the left side of that 1-2-2 zone up in the middle lane. Ball knocked loose. Davini Williams causes the turnover. Sykes picks it up, hands it off to Akins. Caldwell County will play, looks like, for the last shot of the quarter, 13 seconds. Akins underneath to Williams. Williams spin move up off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound up, and the foul, I think, is going to be called on Davini, going over the back of number 14, Loftus.
A little too aggressive there. I think she was frustrated because she missed that shot, and then it's easy to get those frustration fouls.
Med Thomas back into the game, as is Lulu Thompson for Caldwell County. Just 5 seconds left in the quarter. Robson across half court, wanted to pull up, and that one and over and back at the buzzer. I think they'll wave that off and not bother putting any time back on the clock. After 1, it's Caldwell County 16, Heritage Christian 0. Back after this.
At Johnson's Furniture and Appliances in Marion, Kentucky, you're treated like family. Because to them, family is everything. Johnson's has the reputation of helping customers with brands you can count on, like GE Appliances. Shop their selection of GE appliances with premium finishes and features that make household chores easier, giving you time to do what matters. Bring home the long-lasting quality of GE appliances today. Trust Johnson's for furniture, bedding, and appliances. Because you're like family, and family is everything.
Get the best in area high school sports on the go. The award-winning coverage you expect from yoursportsedge.com is available on our incredible app. Catch every thrilling moment from game-changing plays to unforgettable victories right in the palm of your hand. And it's free. Your teams play at yoursportsedge.com.
Give it your all this season, Tigers. Good luck from the Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center.
Back to the Cab in All-A Classic action tonight. Lady Tigers lead the Lady Warriors of Heritage Christian 16-0 after 1 quarter. Second quarter is brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. Coach Thomas, while the players come back on the court, you mentioned Friday night at Dawson how it's tough to coach in a game like this. It's
Absolutely
so lopsided.
is.
Some of your thoughts early.
It is. So now you have to set goals. You know, what do you want to focus on? For me, it would be taking care of the basketball. I would want 0 turnovers in this second quarter.
Ball loose on the floor as Heritage Christian had the opening possession. That one over and back with good pressure by B. Thomas, causing that turnover. Caldwell County back with the basketball. Thomas puts it into Clark. B and Med Thomas on the court for Caldwell County. It's Med over to B to Clark on the wing. Inside, Jakiah Copeland wanted to take it into Lulu Thompson. Pass was a little bit high, goes off Thompson's hands, picked up by Heritage Christian. It's Robson in the backcourt over to St. Martin. St. Martin gets it across. Caldwell County staying in that 1-2-2. Back over to Robson. Robson, a shot from the right elbow off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Tink Clark, and one of the few shot attempts so far by Heritage Christian. Over to Med Thomas for three. That one's good. Little Caesars Pizza three-pointer. Med Thomas, 19-0, Caldwell County.
Lady Tigers shooting the ball pretty well.
That one gets away on the pass from HCA. Back into the hands of the Lady Tigers. Clark ends up with it near the logo, gets it across half court. Down low to Ja'Kiah Copeland. Copeland had a good hand up for a pass. The pass just a little high and goes out of bounds on the baseline, but I like how Ja'Kiah put the hand up calling for the basketball.
It was an excellent seal. The pass got away from us a little bit, but Dennis, that's 2 turnovers in this half to start the half, so we had to find a way to take care of the basketball better.
Double team on the far side. Clark reaches up for the tie-up. Possession arrow will give it to Caldwell County with 6.5 to play in the first half.
You know, it's 19-0, and you think, well, man, you're being tough on them. But we shouldn't have any turnovers. They're sitting back in a 2-3 zone. We have to get better.
Yeah, this is a time where you know you're going to win this game 99 times out of 100 and probably more. Rebound attempt put up by Thompson. Misses on the shot. Heritage Christian will put it in bounds. But the next game, if you advance in the All-A, you're not going to see probably Dawson or Heritage Christian Academy. You're going to see a Crittenden County or a Lyon County. And this, I think the matchup you told me before the game is Dawson and Crittenden County playing tonight. And that will be the winner facing up here on Thursday night.
So the last thing you want to do is practice bad habits. You know, because if you're turning the ball over against a team that's not putting any pressure on you, when you do see that pressure, we're going to be throwing the ball all over the place. So we got to tighten that up.
Another turnover, and if I'm counting right, that's 4 in the first 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the second quarter for Caldwell County. That'll travel underneath by Tink Clark. So I agree with you. You've got to – you want to stay sharp. You're improving over the last 5 games, and you don't want that to come to a standstill because there's really no emotion in this game tonight when you take the floor. A steal on the other end. Med Thomas looked up, had a couple of players long. HCA gets back, pass underneath to Clark. Clark kicks it out. Across court it goes, right side of the lane. Ja'Kiah Copeland went for the spin move, baby hook, and just lost control of it.
And that was a tough pass. I don't know how that ball got in there from the left wing all the way to the right block.
That was a tough angle and a lot of traffic, but somehow she got it to the point she wanted it to. 19-0. Caldwell County still got the goose egg on the board for HCA. Another steal defensively for Caldwell County. Over to Med Thomas. Thomas drops it off to Clark at the just about 10 feet out. Clark tried to put the shot up and gets fouled on the play. She'll step to the line for a couple of Goodwin Insurance free throws.
You know, that was a 3-on-1, so you probably already know what I'm going to say about that. That should be a wide-open layup. But
that's a couple of times tonight. Caldwell County has not cashed in on some 3-on-1s. We'll see if she gets it from the line, though. Clark's first free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Akins back in for Caldwell County as B. Thomas will come out.
You know, it's a 19-point game, but Lady Tigers are showing we've got some room for improvement.
Second shot in and out, but I think another lane violation is going to be called this time on number 32, Kylan Tudor. The senior stepped a foot in the lane, just got leaning too far before Tink put it in the air. Second shot, actually third up, and that one about 2/3 of the way down, no good. Tie up underneath on the rebound. And the possession arrow gives it to the Lady Warriors with 5:06 to play in the first half, 19-0. Caldwell County with the lead.
So Tink's just got to keep shooting. I see her getting frustrated out there. She's missed a couple of layups. She's missed free throws. She's better than that. So we got to coach her up a little bit and just let her know how valuable she is and that she needs to keep shooting the ball.
Caldwell County with another steal. Ja'Kiah Copeland with a great outlet pass down to Clark.
That's exactly what she needed.
Puts it in off the left side of the glass for a Farmers Bank shot. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, your home of the Tiger debit card, the card that gives back to future athletes of Caldwell County.
I'm glad to see Tink get that open layup, and she might get another one right here.
Clark with the steal, another 3-on-1 for Caldwell County. They dish it over, goes out of bounds, saved in though by Akins into the hands of HCA. Robson takes it up the court, thought she was going to have a breakaway herself, but then Caldwell County hustles back defensively. Now Robson with the basketball at midcourt. Gives it up to St. Martin. St. Martin back to Robson. The two just pass back and forth at the top of the key. Into the corner. It goes to Loftus. Loftus wanted to go back to St. Martin. It's Med Thomas stepping in on that one. 3-on-2 again. This one up and in. Nice left-hand shot by Med Thomas, who's having a good first half offensively. And it's 23-0. Caldwell County with the lead.
And that was generated off the defense. Med's playing up really hard on top of that zone, just creating some trouble for HCA.
1-2-2, and it's going to be another steal. Ja'Kiah Copeland just comes in and rips it away from Tudor. Nice pass off down low, and that's unselfish play out of Ja'Kiah Copeland.
Absolutely.
As a U-Ride timeout called on the court, a little pass down to Clark. It's going to be a 1-minute timeout. We're going to take a break. Caldwell County ahead in this one, 25-0.
Happy New Year from Pennyrile Electric. It's time to usher in the new and update your old account information with Pennyrile Electric. By updating your info, you ensure that Pennyrile Electric can provide the very best in customer service, just as you've always come to expect. Plus, if you do so by leap year, you'll automatically be eligible to win $100 in cash or $50 in bill credits. Update your information right now at PRECC.com or stop by and see us in a location near you.
Financial planning should be specific to you and your life circumstances. That is why we created Invest FB Wealth Management, a division of Farmers Bank. Hi, I'm Jeff McDaniels, Invest FB's lead financial advisor. Whether you're saving for retirement, starting a business, or planning your family's future, our individual and comprehensive approach can help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us today at our Princeton or Eddyville offices to start a conversation about your individual financial needs.
Good luck to all Tiger athletes from Bella Marie Boutique. Go Tigers.
Welcome back to the Cab as we are 3:26 away from halftime in the opening game of the All-A Classic on the girls' side tonight in the second region. Caldwell County Heritage Christian. Dennis Stevens, Melissa Thomas on the call with you tonight. Caldwell County still throwing the shutout at 25-0. Lady Tigers going 1-3-1 now with Butts at the top of the zone. Sykes on the backside of it. Steal by Butts at the top. Layup up and in. Briley Butts with the steal and the points. 27-0 Caldwell County.
You know, I think all 6 of her points have been generated from getting steals off the top of that.
HCA looks to the side. Robson goes to St. Martin on the left wing. St. Martin pulls up her dribble into the corner to Loftus. Loftus right back to St. Martin. St. Martin now trapped in the corner. Not a lot she can do with it. Ends up trying to get it away to Tudor, but Tudor standing on the sideline. And it's another turnover, Heritage Christian. Melissa, going back just a couple of plays a while ago, you had Ja'Kiah Copeland on a steal and takes it down the court and gives up a layup for a really easy little bunny shot on the left side of the lane to Tink Clark. Of all the Lady Tigers, and I've just known them from watching them play, but it looks like Ja'Kiah Copeland probably the most unselfish player on this team.
Absolutely, without a doubt. She gives up so many shots, sometimes to a fault. You know, I've watched her be in the paint and pass it to someone else that's further out than her, but she's just a great kid. You know, she's unselfish. She wants her teammates to shine around her, and that's what makes her so special.
Is she always a quiet leader, or does she ever get really vocal, maybe in a timeout or on the court?
You know, if you watch her closely, she's constantly communicating and talking with her team. She's not loud, but I do feel like she communicates and communicates well.
Heritage Christian, swing pass over to Robson on the right wing, 27-0 the score. Knocked out of bounds on the baseline, Nyla Sykes, a kid we haven't mentioned a lot tonight, but is still moving her feet really well defensively.
She is, and, you know, the position that she's playing in, it's not as noticeable, but that back of that 1-3-1 is the most important spot.
St. Martin with the air ball on the three-point attempt. Caldwell County with the rebound. Davini Williams with it now in the front court. Williams has it knocked away from behind, goes back and gets it. Over to Sykes, swings it over to Butts. Left corner three on the way, off the side of the rim, no good. Clark with the rebound, lob up to Butts. Butts back out to Akins. Akins is going to slow it down and reset the offense with 1.5 minutes to play in the first half. Butts to Clark. Clark, a long three just off the top of the key. No good. Williams Strong on the rebound, gets hammered, no call on it, and it's HCA back the other way. A reach-in foul's going to be called on this end, though.
That's tough. Tink gets the little reach-in, and we literally got mugged on the other end.
David Williams lost a wallet on the offensive end, and Tink with a little touch foul on the reach on the other end. Just the first foul on both teams here in the second quarter. So no free throws on that one. 1:18 to go until halftime. Stay tuned at the half for the Travis Construction and Concrete halftime report. Tink Clark gets a hand on it defensively, knocks it out of bounds over the Lady Tiger bench. It'll stay Lady Warrior basketball.
Yeah, we're doing a good job defensively. It's hard to tell because they're not really moving the ball very quickly at all. They're not swinging it, so it's hard to tell what our rotations are. But our on-the-ball defense, we're playing aggressive. It's hard to get. It's easy to get lax.
St. Martin with a 3 attempt off the back of the rim. It looked for a second like HCA was going to break that goose egg open.
Yeah, it did.
That one just a little strong.
It was in line, Dennis. I thought it was in.
I did too. Thomas with the basketball to Butts. Butts just inside the three-point line. No good. Williams battling underneath. St. Martin ends up with the basketball. It goes out of bounds, and it's off of Briley Butts. Staying Lady Warrior basketball with just under 43 seconds to play in the first half. Winner of this game tonight gets the winner of Dawson Springs and Crittenden County back here at the Cab on Thursday night in the second round of the All-A. St. Martin, kid averaging 12.5 a game for Heritage Christian. Held scoreless along with everybody else at this point for Heritage Christian. A reach-in tie-up. Possession arrow to Caldwell County. 27-0 your score. Akins puts it in play to Clark.
I'd like to see us go for the last shot here. Let's see.
Clark looks over the 2-3 zone. Good job by Williams to flash that middle of that zone and gets hit from behind on the entry pass from Med Thomas. We have been a little bit sloppy, maybe a step slow tonight at times, but David Williams really looking good, making that flash across the lane, looking for the basketball. It's Clark getting it over to Thomas. Thomas drives the lane, shot up, no good. But a foul on the shot will send Med Thomas to the line for 2 Goodwin Insurance free throws. 7 seconds left to play in the first half. Caldwell County will try to tack on to a 27-0 lead. This one up and good. Good rotation. She's got nice form on the free throws.
You know, I will say this. She works really hard on her shot. She's always shooting extra, and it shows in her form.
That one, both shots, nothing but net on the free throws. 29-0. 5 seconds left until halftime. Robson gets it over to St. Martin. St. Martin with a baseball shot grazes the bottom of the net. And at the half, it's Caldwell County 29, Heritage Christian 0. We'll take a break and come back and get underway on the Travis Construction and Concrete halftime report next on WPKY.
If you're involved in an auto accident, it's your choice where your vehicle is repaired. Some insurance companies refer you to Pro Shops because they give the insurance company discounts. But with those discounts, the insurance company has input on the parts used and might not always use what is best. At Trice Hughes Body Shop, they're not partnered with an insurance company, but they give the same lifetime limited warranty to the person who owns the vehicle at the time of repairs. Visit Trice Hughes in Princeton for your vehicle repairs. At YourSportsEdge.com, we strive every day to continue to bring you the gold standard in high school sports coverage with more on your teams and your players.
Or did it show up there?
And while they are not gold, those Crystal Awards we have won for doing what we love to do are pretty cool too.
That's something you see every day.
The Kentucky Broadcasters Best Digital Product Award winner. YourSportsEdge.com.
No need to worry about lag times with fiber internet. Even when multiple devices are being used, the gamers in your life experience instant action with EnergyNet. EnergyNet offers a Gamer Edition package with download and upload speeds of up to 500 megabits per second, starting at $79.95 per month. Every package includes whole home Wi-Fi, unlimited data usage, unparalleled reliability, no contracts, and 24/7 local support. You can sign up online at goenergynet.com.
KFC Princeton, offering their amazing fried chicken and all the fix-its.
you can dine in or call your order for pickup inside or use their convenient drive-thru. Your local KFC is located on the Marion Road in Princeton. Whether you enjoy a quick lunch or take dinner home or maybe take something to a friend in need, they're always ready to help. They're also looking for team members at KFC. Ask about becoming a member of their team. KFC on the Marion Road, where they appreciate your support and they are Princeton strong.
With Planters Bank, you're served up points with every swipe of your Planters check card with You Choose Rewards. You'll earn points on every credit transaction you make with your Planters Bank Visa check card. Visit plantersbankonline.com to learn more. You choose rewards on the Planters Visa check card. Reason number 15, that Planters is the bank where you can expect great things. Member FDIC.
Make sure your equipment is ready to hit the fields hard with special deals on genuine Case IH parts and service. Get up to $100 off any combination of OEM engine oils, coolants, filters, and Fleet Guard filters. Receive $300 off every Max Maintain Plan maintenance agreement and get 0% interest and make no payments for 90 days on Case IH parts. Stop into H&R Agri-Power in Hopkinsville, Russellville, and Owensboro today to save on genuine Case IH parts and service.
Black Patch Grill says, "Go Tigers. Good luck this season."
Welcome into the Travis Construction and Concrete Halftime Report. Travis Construction and Concrete for all of your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and much more. Good luck, Tigers and Lady Tigers. Here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction and Concrete. At the half, it's Caldwell County ahead over Heritage Christian 29-0 in a game we anticipated to be similar to this. Caldwell County not really trying to smother Heritage Christian by any means, Melissa, but still pretty much taking care of business. A few more turnovers than both of us, and I'm sure Coach Brown really anticipated seeing tonight, but still really not letting Heritage Christian have anything easy, and 29-0 at the half.
I think Coach Brown's got to be pleased. I mean, it's a shutout,
Yep.
so we're doing a good job defensively. We haven't allowed them to get hardly any offensive rebounds, if any at all. We're being patient in offense. A thing that we saw at the Dawson game is that we're giving up good shots to get better shots. We are attempting to feed the post and get better at being able to score from the inside out. So there's a lot of good things to talk about. Going into the second half, Coach Brown has got to demand 0 turnovers because we don't want to get soft. We don't want to get lazy. We've seen a lot of lazy passes out there, and that's kind of what happens to the Lady Tigers defense. You know, in a game that you're trying to slow down, you don't want to run up to score. You just start playing lackadaisically. And I feel like a lot of the passes that have been picked off are just because we're just playing lackadaisical because of the pace of the game. And so, you know, great first half. It's definitely something to build on, and we just got to keep pushing. We got to keep trying to get better, playing everybody on the bench in this second half so that everybody gets an opportunity to play and continue to be unselfish.
5:14 before we get underway in the second half. Time now for the stats of the first half, brought to you by Ackridge Farm Supply, Ace Hardware, a fourth-generation family business. Ackridge has been providing high-quality goods and services to Western Kentucky farmers and homeowners since 1933. Now with stores in Fredonia and Eddyville to serve all of your needs. For the first half stats, I'll hand it over to Melissa.
So on the Heritage Christian Academy side, offensively, big goose eggs in every category. I don't even know if they've taken 10 shots.
Probably not, and I would say if they had 8 of those would have been hurried. They've had maybe 2 good looks.
Yes.
3 by St. Martin attempt, I know on the right side, and then a shot in the lane about 10 feet out. It may have been St. Martin again on that one, but nothing really open for Heritage Christian.
Yeah, so Caldwell's led by Med Thomas with 10, hit 2 threes. She's 2 for 2 from the free throw line and 1 2-point field goal. We also have Bradley Butts with 6. Bradley's playing another tremendous game on both ends of the floor. She's causing all kinds of havoc up top, and all 6 of her points have been in transition by getting steals on the front end of that. Morgan Akins, 6 points on 2 threes in the first quarter. Morgan was able to get us going there in the first quarter with her shooting. We've got Tink Clark with 2 points. She scored a couple both of her baskets in transition late in that second quarter, so it was good to see her going. And then Lulu Thompson with 1 from the free throw line, and then Ja'Kai Copeland with 1 2-point field goal. So Lady Tigers, we got 5 different players in the scoring column. I'd like to see us make a few more free throws, Dennis. We're 3 of 8 from the free throw line, so we got to get focused to make those free throws because we don't want that to be our Achilles heel as we finish out this Class A tournament.
3:20 before we tip this one off here in the second half. Melissa, we can talk about this a little bit, and we will always sit and say you ought to be psyched up. You ought to be ready to play every time you step out on the court. The truth is, you look back on your playing days, there was probably a game you knew you were going to win. You look back when I played baseball with wooden bats. That's how long ago it was. So there were games you knew you were going to win. You still had fun playing the game, but there wasn't that intensity going in. Do you think that was a little bit of the Lady Tigers feel tonight? Because in this day and time, with social media and scores at the drop of a hat, you know who you're playing
Absolutely. These games are really difficult. They're really difficult to get hyped up for. And but we're playing hard, but we're not playing with the same kind of energy we would if it was a Lyon County or a Crittenden County. So I don't really know what to do about that as a coach because I didn't really know what to do about it as a player, so didn't really know what to do about it. You just, like we said, talked about earlier in the first half, you kind of got to set goals for your team to keep them focused on what it is that you need to do to become a better basketball team. And so they got to continue to play with energy. You can change your defenses to kind of help HCA out, but within that, you got to continue to play with fire. And emptying your bench is one way to do it, is putting kids in that don't normally get to play a whole lot because they should take advantage of this opportunity because, really 7 or 8 deep is the average, I'd say, for most teams. And then your 9, 10, 11 players will get in the game, but only, if they, I don't want to say if you have to play them because that sounds kind of negative.
Right.
But it's just the way basketball works. So those players that 8, 9, 10 player, they should be chopping at the bit, ready to get out there, ready to play hard, ready to get their chance to make an impact on the game.
It's almost like the best thing that can happen to a team that's supposed to roll on a given night is to come out and the other team kind of get under their skin a little bit, make a little bit of a run and get an early lead when you know you're still going to win the game, but it might light a fire under you. But that's not the case tonight as Caldwell County comes out of the locker room leading this one 29-0. That's going to wrap us up on the Travis Construction and Concrete halftime report. For all of your construction and concrete needs, contact our friends at Travis Construction and Concrete. Caldwell County got everybody in the first half except a couple of players. I think it was Jada Alexander and Bella Hawkins still to see the floor. You kind of look for those two kids to get in here quite a bit here in the second half.
Yeah, I suspect they'll be in fairly quickly. We got to get off to a good start, though. We don't want to give HCA any hope. We don't want to give, we want to punch first coming out of the halftime, and then that way that will allow the pressure to be off a little bit so we can allow some of these other kids to play.
Time for third quarter to get underway. HCA will have the ball first. Third quarter brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors. Everything a home should be at Cozy Living Interiors. Caldwell County starts the second half with the same 5 that started the game. Thomas, Clark, Copeland, Thompson, and Akins on the floor for Caldwell County.
Lady Tigers come out in the man-to-man here. That's a change.
It's Clark out front. Now it's going to be Thomas guarding Robson at the point. Heritage Christian goes down low on the left block. Shot up and no good. Akins with the rebound. Tudor with the best look of the night for Heritage Christian. Still with nothing on the board. Caldwell County back the other way. Clark drives, dumps it down low to Copeland. Copeland off the glass and in through a couple of players. A very good move. I don't care who you're playing against. To get through the double team and put it off the glass was pretty strong by Ja'Kai Copeland.
Yeah, that was a great move. Great pass. I'd like to see Med, instead of dribbling in on top of Ja'Kai, just making that space to make that pass a little bit easier.
Robson gets past Akins. Akins recovers, Pins her on the sideline on the right side. Ball loose, saved inbounds, but right to Tink Clark. Clark has the breakaway layup off the glass, no good. Rebound Thompson. Thompson up off the glass, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay Caldwell County basketball. Tudor knocks that one out, but Caldwell County with a couple of shots, point blank range right underneath. Couldn't get it to drop.
Yeah, we have a habit of doing that from time to time, Dennis. There's periods of time where we can't buy a basket.
Inside it goes on the inbound to Thompson, out to Akins at the top of the key. Akins goes left side, kicks it out for a corner three, and it's going to be Thomas pulling that one back in. Had it open, decided against it. Now Akins from that same spot drives baseline, shot up, no good. Rebound underneath Thompson. Thompson misses a shot and a tie-up on the rebound. Possession arrow will keep it with the Lady Tigers. A minute and a half gone here in the third quarter. Caldwell County leads this one 31-0.
I like to see Lulu get in there and battle. She's a great rebounder.
Mid Thomas puts it in play to Akins, and Akins drains a Little Caesars Pizza three-pointer from the right wing.
That's her third three of the night, so it's good to see Morgan getting in that scoring column.
Caldwell County 1 point away from having this one turn into a running clock. 6:10 left to play in the third. St. Martin working against Med Thomas. Thomas goes around the screen, stays with St. Martin. St. Martin spin move at the top of the key, brings it back out between her legs. Now going against Thomas. Thomas went for the steal. St. Martin gets around, fires the three. This one off the front of the rim, no good. Clark chases down the long rebound, hands off to Akins. Akins across half court, goes left side, nobody there for Caldwell County. They'll work it back around to Thomas, open from the right side, no good. Rebound underneath into the hands of Thompson. Thompson with a little pass out to Thomas, who puts in the 8-footer on the baseline. And a running clock here now, Melissa, 36-0.
So now, now the clock's running, it'd be a good time to sub those kids in.
Thomas got a hand on the pass out front. Instead, HCA gets it to number 21, Kinley Henderson. The seventh grader fires up a three from the right wing, but no good.
Here they come. It's like he can hear me down there, Dennis.
And a line change, not just a substitution. We've got the whole hockey line change coming in. Davany Williams, Briley Butts, Nyla Sykes. Also into the ball game is it B. Thomas that came in? Yes. And Jada Alexander. So a new 5 for Caldwell County with 4:44 left to play in the third. B. Thomas down to Sykes. Sykes baseline jumper, no good. Battle underneath for the rebound.
That may be Nyla's first shot of the game. So
I think it was.
I'd like to get her. We need to get her involved here. Even though it's a blowout, we need to get her involved in the offense.
Tie-up goes to UHA on the possession arrow. Or UHA. HCA instead of UHA.
Well, UHA doesn't have a team this year, so.
True.
They're carrying the torch for the private schools.
Riley Butts gets a hand on, knocks it loose at midcourt, able to pick it up. Butts to the hole, up, no good, but a foul called on number 21, Henderson. Butts has made a living on that at the top of that zone and then guarding the point on a man-to-man.
She has, and not just in this game, she really has all year.
I agree, she's at the line. Goodwin Insurance free throws coming up for Briley Butts. First one up and no good. Goodwin Insurance, your locally owned independent insurance agency, capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Stop by Goodwin Insurance downtown anytime for a free quote. Butts with that familiar 3-dribble, pause, 2-dribble, set up and drains the free throw. 37-0. Caldwell County with the lead over Heritage Christian. Robson across half court. Caldwell County back to that 1-2-2 zone. Pass down low is tipped. B. Thomas gets it up to Sykes. Sykes takes it between a couple of players. Nice little pull-up. Lets both players go by.
Faked them both out of their boots.
And she runs back up the court smiling about that one as she saw HCA players both go by her on both sides, and she puts in the little bunny from about 2 feet out for a 39-0 lead. Butts gets a hand on it into the hands of Sykes. Sykes is going to take this one all the way off the glass and in. 41-0 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Melissa, have you ever seen a shutout for an entire game in high school basketball?
I don't think I have in varsity. I can't remember one.
Caldwell County trying to pin St. Martin. It's Sykes stepping into the passing lane at the top. Up and in. Nyla Sykes hadn't taken a shot the whole game, but has 6 points here in the third quarter.
All on. You know, we need to consider pulling this trap off and sitting back more in a – we want to play a 3-2 zone, fine, but –
It's St. Martin on the right wing. She's going to let a three fly. This one's good. And the drought is over. Kate St. Martin with the right wing three, 43-3. And I may have jinxed that
You
one
did.
right just even asking
You
about
did.
the shutout. There it went.
And I'm fine with that. I hate
am
to see
too.
a team get shut out.
Right. Butts misses a three from the right corner. Ball loose on the floor. Sykes comes away with it. Sykes gets it back out to Butts, top of the key, swings it to B. Thomas on the left side. They'll work it around. Sykes sees an opening, drives the lane on the right side. Shot up, no good. But Sykes will go to the free throw line, and she's fouled on the play.
Nyla Sykes making herself known here in the third quarter. She's kind of quiet in that first half, but good to see her get going here in the third.
Goodwin Insurance free throws for Nyla Sykes coming up. First one is in the air. That one way strong. You could tell by the time that one left her fingers. And Coach Thomas, I don't know if it means we're getting older and getting soft, but I know Dawson on Friday night, Heritage Christian tonight, you're almost rooting for them
Absolutely
to make a shot at times.
You know, these are kids, and they're putting in the same amount of time, the same amount of energy as everybody else. So you want to see them be successful.
Free throw no good. Sykes gets the rebound
There
back
she is
up and
again.
in off the glass. It's the Nyla Sykes third quarter for Caldwell County. 45-3 with a minute and a half to go here in the third.
8 points for Nyla here in the third.
Robson to St. Martin. St. Martin tried to go back-to-back threes, misses the shot. And one of the first offensive boards for HCA ends up in a tie-up, but that was DeYager, the seventh grader.
You know, St. Martin there, good look. It was spot on. She didn't miss that one by much.
David Williams out of the ball game for Caldwell County, and in is going to be number 31, Bella Hawkins. So you've got Hawkins, Alexander, Sykes, B. Thomas, and Briley Butts. Butts brings it down, UHA again. HCA really packing that 2-3 zone in about free throw line high. Sykes with the head fake, trying to work on Robson. To Hawkins back out front. Caldwell works it around to B. Thomas. Down low, it goes, shot up, no good. That one partially blocked as Bella Hawkins put that one up. Heritage Christian with the rebound. 24 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Caldwell County still 1-2-2. St. Martin with the dribble, the jumper inside the three-point line, no good. Sykes high for the board for Caldwell County. Still 7 seconds to get a shot away. Sykes is going to keep it. Euro step up off the glass and in. Tough move, but a great move. Nyla Sykes, and she was the star of the third quarter as Caldwell County will take a lead to the fourth at 47-3 back after this.
Hi, this is Lauren Brandon, and I'm proud to have served in this community for 45 years. As a bank that's been part of the Princeton community for over 139 years, we've seen many changes. As we celebrate First Southern's first 40 years as an organization, we know any achievements we have had are because of the customers we have worked alongside. We look forward to spending the next 40 years and beyond serving you. For more information, visit fsmb.net, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Happy New Year, Pennyrile Electric members. With each new year, it becomes even more important that Pennyrile Electric has your most up-to-date contact information on file. By updating your account information, you ensure that Pennyrile Electric can best communicate usage and outage information with you. Plus, if you update your information by February 29th, you'll automatically be eligible to win one of several great prizes. Do it today at precc.com. Best wishes for an amazing year from Pennyrile Electric.
Welcome back to the Cab. It's All-A Classic opening round action tonight. Caldwell County Heritage Christian in this one. It's been all Caldwell County from the opening tip tonight. They'll go into the fourth quarter leading this one 47-3, 1-3 by Kate St. Martin in that third quarter for Heritage Christian. Broke the goose egg. And the Lady Warriors will have the ball first here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors. Everything a home should be. I think they are going to get a foul called as Caldwell County tried to tie up number 20, DeYager. Was that called on Hawkins or Alexander?
I'm not real sure. There was a...
It is on number 42, Jada Alexander. So the first foul of the quarter goes against Caldwell County. Lady Warriors with Robson out front. Robson, a decent little point guard, not a shooting threat, but does handle the ball fairly well.
She's aggressive. I like the way she plays.
Kate St. Martin tried to go around the screen. They get it into the corner. A shot up, no good by number 14, Loftus. Caldwell County with the rebound. Jakaya Copeland back into the game, getting some minutes here in the fourth quarter for Caldwell. Over to B. Thomas, wide open three off the far side of the rim. Strong comes back out to St. Martin. St. Martin with the rebound. And a double dribble called as B. Thomas provided a little bit of backcourt pressure. 47-3, running clock here since midway of the third quarter. A big third quarter by Nyla Sykes. Shot by Thomas, no good. Rebound underneath.
Good rebound by
Alexander.
Jada right there.
They'll reset, get it out to B. Thomas on the wing, back to Med. Med goes underneath, and that one, she was trying to work it to Alexander underneath, got away and goes out of bounds.
Another turnover.
Checking in off the bench at the next timeout will be Morgan Akins and Tink Clark.
You know, with our numbers, it's hard to sub. You know, you're gonna have a starter out there.
HCA gets it into the corner, a drive. St. Martin has it knocked away out of bounds. That's exactly what I was sitting here looking down on the bench, Melissa. You don't have a lot of young 7th, 8th grade JVers to put into the ball game. You've got a short bench, as we talked about. Thomas and Copeland out of the ball game for Caldwell County.
And that makes these games even harder to coach.
5.5 to play. St. Martin with the three, no good. Rebound rolls through and gets into the hands of Robson. Robson feeds it to DeYager. DeYager back to Robson. Robson drives and a foul as Robson tried to duck under Jada Alexander, but Alexander got a little too much arm. And it'll be out of bounds for the Lady Warriors with 5:05 to play. Putting it in play is number 14, Loftus. Loftus to St. Martin. A long three on the way, no good. Rebound, Hawkins on the baseline. Double team, finds the
good
guard.
Job. She did a good job there.
She didn't get flustered, didn't get in a hurry.
She was getting trapped, and she didn't freak out. She was strong with the basketball.
Down low, Alexander no good on the shot. Rebound off the hands of Morgan Akins.
That's a good strong move by Jade Alexander right there. She just got a bad angle and got pushed too far underneath the basket. She's got to hold her ground right there and get those shoulders square to the backboard, and she'll make that.
Robson walks it up for HCA. Met in a 1-2-2 zone by B. Thomas at the top of it. Now it's St. Martin trap. She gets away into the hands of Loftus, but a tie-up as Morgan Akins stepped in and put a hand on the basketball. Possession arrow to Caldwell County. Running clock will go under 4 minutes when Caldwell County puts this one into play. Clark will walk it up for the Lady Tigers, who will advance to action on Thursday night. Still yet to see the winner and who Caldwell will face. A three on the other end was B. Thomas, Little Caesars Pizza three-pointer. That one just string music in Princeton KY, as Joe Dean used to would have said.
Good shot, B. Good shot.
Robson changes dribbles, goes down to DeYager. DeYager at the elbow, back to Robson. Robson to St. Martin. Caldwell County in a, looked like a 3-2 there for a minute like you talked about. Back out to St. Martin. St. Martin wanted to go corner, cuts it back out to number 21 who got away with a walk, Henderson. A little bunny hop, and it's not going to be called in this game. St. Martin off a screen. Corner jumper is no good. Akins grabs the board for Caldwell County. She'll walk it back up, looks up the court, comes across the timeline, under 3 to play. Akins to B. Thomas. Caldwell works it around. Tink Clark standing on the three-point line, kicks it back over to Akins. Akins to Thomas, looking underneath for either Hawkins or Alexander. They get it down to Hawkins, up off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, goes back up, no good. Rebound to Thomas, up and in. 5 points in the quarter for B. Thomas, and it's 52-3. 2.5 to play.
B might make a couple baskets and decide that she
hey, I
wants
like
to shoot
this,
more,
yeah.
shoot a little more.
If that's what it takes to bring her out of that shooting shell, we'll take it, because she had a nice shot on the three. Good rotation.
She normally won't take a shot if she's out there by herself. So,
well, maybe this is breaking it open for B. Thomas. Caldwell County puts into the ballgame Briley Butts and Nyla Sykes. Caldwell County going 2-3 zone now. Thomas guarding St. Martin. St. Martin goes off that screen from Robson. They'll have to work it back around to Loftus. Loftus to Henderson. Back to Robson. To St. Thomas. Fires the three off the back of the rim. No good. Sykes with the board for Caldwell County. Just a minute and a half to play in this one. Hope you'll stay tuned for the Trilogy post-game report coming your way as soon as this one's over. Thomas, skip pass cross court. Briley Butts turns down the open three. They're working it inside, trying to get it to Hawkins, you can tell. Stolen away by Robson. And she'll give it to St. Martin to bring it up the court.
I like the way the Lady Tigers are trying to get all the players involved, everybody on the team in the scoring column.
St. Martin likes that right side, pulls up for another three attempt. That one no good. B. Thomas with the rebound, gives it to Sykes. Under a minute to play. Caldwell County with the basketball in the hands of Sykes. Works it inside to Hawkins, right back out to Sykes, over to Butts. Butts to Sykes, far side now, B. Thomas. Thomas with the lob, almost stolen away. Sykes able to chase it down. That zone is really packed in inside the free throw line by Heritage Christian, so it's going to be tough feeding those inside players. They do finally get it to Alexander, has to go back out. 27 seconds left on the clock. Sykes thought about firing that pass to Hawkins. Decides against it. She's going to pull it back out.
It's a good idea here. Let's just let this clock run out and we'll go on to the next one.
Caldwell County will advance, giving up only 1-3 by Kate St. Martin, and they will win this one 52-3 as Sykes will dribble this one out. That's the final. 52-3. Caldwell County advances to action on Thursday night here at the Cab. We'll take a break and come back and get underway with the Trilogy postgame report next on WPKY.
Fortner Gas Company has been serving the propane needs of Western Kentucky for 70 years. You'll find offices in Princeton and Cadiz. They're your local and family-owned propane supplier. Browse their website to discover the many services and products available. You can shop in person or online, and they can answer any and all questions in person or on the phone. If they're already your propane supplier, they say thank you. If they're not, they would love to be. Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they are ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine-in or the drive-thru is always open, and they offer curbside pickup service. To avoid the wait in the drive-thru, you can download the McDonald's app and try curbside pickup. Stop in soon and enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your local McDonald's. Proud to be a part of this community. McDonald's of Princeton, proud supporters of the Caldwell County Tigers.
At Trilogy Performance Sports, they believe in only the highest standards of physical fitness training. Their staff members are actively enriching the lives of their members and creating a community of like-minded people. And getting you in shape is their #1 goal. They have everything you need: knowledge, experience, and equipment. They find out what's important to you and design a customized plan that fits your needs. Learn more at trilogyperformancesports.com.
powering your lives and lighting up your nights. Princeton Electric Plant Board's community spirit shines bright. Entrusted with the glow of our fields, they keep our Tigers' pathways illuminated to victory. A shout out goes to our Tigers, Preston Burrell and Cole Wyatt, as they roar into a new season. Good luck, Tigers. Here's to a safe and victorious year from your one and only Princeton Electric Plant Board. They're not just a service, they're community.
Caldwell Medical Associates Orthopedic Clinic is your one-stop shop for orthopedic care. Our team of medical professionals can diagnose and treat a wide range of orthopedic care and get you back on the path to a happier, healthier you. Whether you need basic fracture care or osteoporosis management, a sports physical, or back pain treatment, we've got you covered. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with an orthopedic provider, visit caldwellmedical.com.
This is Alan Watts with Your Ag Edge, inviting you to join me Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. for the WPKY Morning Ag Report. We check in daily with Caldwell County Agriculture Extension Agent Shane Bogle. Get the latest from fellow farm broadcaster Max Armstrong. Take a look at the latest livestock market reports. Hear the latest edition of Traveling to Bluegrass and check the opening grain market with Hopkins Elevator's Ben Westerfield. That's the Morning Ag Report from Your Ag Edge Network on 103.3 FM and 1580 AM WPKY.
Back to the cab as Caldwell County advances in the All-A Classic with a 52-3 win over Heritage Christian Academy. Time now to get underway on the Trilogy post-game report. Looking for an affordable and convenient gym membership for only $34.99 a month plus tax. Trilogy provides 24/7 access to a top-notch facility, state-of-the-art equipment, and experienced coaches to help you reach all of your fitness goals. Get in the game and feel great at Trilogy. Caldwell County throwing the shutout for better than 2 quarters, well into the third, before Kate St. Martin buried a 3 from the right wing to make it a 3-point game, or a 3-point on the visitor side of the scoreboard tonight for Heritage Christian, and getting the collar off the scoreboard for the Lady Warriors. But it was all Caldwell County tonight in fashion we pretty much anticipated, Melissa, here tonight, as Caldwell County walks away with this one 52-3. Time now for the stats of the ball game, brought to you as always by our friends at Ackridge Farm Supply, Ace Hardware, a 4th-generation family business. Ackridge has been providing high-quality goods and services to Western Kentucky farmers and homeowners since 1933. Now with stores in Fredonia and Eddyville to serve all of your needs. For the stats of the ball game, I'll turn it over to Melissa.
So, HCA, Heritage Christian Academy's lone field goal came from the three-pointer about halfway through the third quarter by Kate St. Martin. She did have some really nice moves to the basket there in the third and fourth quarter as well. Couldn't get it to fall, but I feel like she played with a lot of confidence there in the second half. Caldwell County was led by Med Thomas on 2 threes, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, Med finished with 12. Also, all 10 points coming in the third quarter for Nyla Sykes. She came alive there in the third and gave us a spark, finishing the game with 10 points. We had Morgan Akins shot the ball extremely well from the perimeter tonight, knocking down 3 threes for us with 9 total points. Banashka Thomas came in off the bench tonight, hit that 3 with 5 points. We had Jakaya Copeland with 4 and Tink Clark with 4. And then Bradley Butts, our leading scorer, with 7. Most of her points came off steals, which you love to see. You love to see a kid that invests on both ends of the court. So that's it for Caldwell, 52 points to HCA's 3.
All right, thank you, Melissa, for that. The Ackridge Farm Supply stats of the ball game. We're joined now on the Trilogy post-game report by Coach David Brown. Coach Brown, a game that you knew going in you were quite likely going to walk away from tonight with a win. What were your plans going into the game and your thoughts on how the game opened?
We wanted to go in and work on a few things and try to work on a couple of defensive sets. We wanted to be aggressive, but at the same time we also wanted to be respectful opponents. But I think maybe we were got lost in translation. We were a little bit too passive, so I said, okay, I'll own that one and say this is what we mean when we say this. Right. But And we wanted to work on something that's been our Achilles heel, is free throws. You know, and, here recently our last couple of losses, it's come free throw line and turnovers, and those are two things we're continuing to work on. But given the night, we wanted to get people involved and get people running, get different combinations out there and different looks, because as we get further in the season, as you get closer to postseason, you never know, situations may arise where you have people that haven't normally always been together or out there, so we want them have somewhat, even though they're in practice and school together every day, they still want to have some familiarity with each other on the court.
Coach, I feel like as I've watched this team progress, we've watched the season go along, we've seen just that. I feel like our players are becoming more confident in the system. We're growing. We've gotten better the last couple of games. I feel like, which we had Dawson then Ohio County, and those two totally different matchups there. But I'm seeing growth throughout every game that we've played. So what do you do? How do you prepare? Class A tournament's a big deal. And so coming into a game like this is very, very difficult to coach. What do you think that we have to do going into Thursday night's second round of this tournament to maybe come out on top of this thing?
Well, we've got to come out and be the aggressors, and we've got to come out and when I say aggressors, play hard, work the ball, make the defense work, make sure we're communicating, but we can't let up. A lot of times this year in the first quarter, we've come out really strong and even gotten leads, but the second quarter, it's like we've taken the foot off the gas, and as a coaching staff, we're continually talking to them about, look, you can't let up. We've got to have a full 32 minutes. And for Thursday night, a big part of that is just come out there and executing. Don't dictate the tempo. Don't let them dictate what we do. And the thing is, don't be afraid. Be aggressive, relax, be confident. When we go into those type of games and being the semifinal game, because All A is, like you said, Coach, a big deal. And, there's an opportunity there. And the thing is, what we want to use Thursday night for is not only getting another win and building, but also getting that psychological boost for the team and the players.
Class A is an awesome opportunity for small schools, because it's like having postseason in the middle of the season. Yeah. It's kind of like the NBA had their mid-season tournament or something. It's kind of like the same thing. Yes. And so you have that kind of atmosphere right here in the middle of the season. And so how do you get your players hyped up for that? How do you make them understand how big of a deal this is?
Well, and that's one thing we want to talk about. I said, look, and I've been talking to the young ladies about, look, here's who we played, here's who's beaten us, here's who we've beaten. But then you start looking at who's played who, and there's been some teams like, how did this team beat that team? They beat us, and we beat them, and then this team who lost to both of us beat this other team. So, and what I'm telling them is, look, you have got to play every play, because you're in the mix whether you realize it or not. Absolutely. And especially in the All-A. And that's one thing we've really been trying to get across to our young ladies is that, look, you're a good team. Throw the record out the window. You're a whole lot better. Even for a team as young as we are, you're still a good team, and you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity here at All-A and even later on in February. Thing is, you have to buy into that, not only what we're doing as a team and system-wise, but you have to buy that into yourself about who you are as a team, that, hey, we are a good team. We can go do these things. So as much of it is about the X's and O's, it's about getting the, well, they say Jimmy's and Joe's or the Jill and Janes, since we're coaching Lady Tigers basketball, about getting them to understand, hey, that you can do this, and it's getting them over that mental. Right now, part of it is, heading into this is the psychological part, but also understanding if you get to Richmond, that's a big deal.
It's so fun. Yeah, it's so fun to play in a college arena, which I think they're playing in a different location this year because they're doing some construction to McBrayer Arena there at EKU. But the opportunity to play in a state tournament, it's a state tournament. I know KHSAA doesn't want to recognize it as that, but it is. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
And so, essentially, we're 2 games away from getting to play in a state tournament. So that is a huge deal. And so I'm looking forward to Thursday night's game. And you talk about our players playing with confidence. Finally, you got a young lady behind you that I think is going to be on the radio in a second that's finally playing with confidence.
She is. And
which is good for both of us.
It is. And I want to really brag on this young lady. And she has come in and worked hard. And she's gotten to, like we talked about the other day, she's gotten to that point where players, and we got some players who are getting to the point where we can't keep them off the court. And that's what we want. We want that level of competition, out there. But, pushing each other that hard in practice. And she's been – the one good thing about Saturday was, also she had a good game, but she's also our shining star on the free throw line Saturday too. So she did well there, and her defense is coming around too.
Yeah.
That's one of the things also that sometimes we defense is not the glamour and the glory, but if you can put the ball in the hole and stop somebody, then you're becoming a complete player. And Med has really worked hard to get to that spot.
Coach, I want to segue out of that defense with a question for you. Early in the season, you saw a lot of 1-2-2 traps against you. You worked on it. I'm sure you worked on it in practice. Now you're starting to play quite a bit of it. You've got great personnel for it with Butts and with Sykes on the up on the front of that to cause the traps. Is that something that you started to go to because you had to work on it in practice so much, or is it a defense that you really like yourself and like your teams to play?
That's a defense I really like myself and like our teams to play, and really bought into that when I was on Christian County staff with Coach Radford, and that was one of our main defenses, and I started to see how it can really be effective. And since we have players who are athletic at the top and on the wings who can cause disruptions, we worked on 1-3-1 some tonight, and that can be another very effective one because we have with Butts and Sykes two that can be active on the top and the bottom, so they can really cause problems in court coverage. So those are two defenses I like. It's just a matter of making sure we're hitting our rotations and our assignments. And plus, you don't see 1-3-1 as much as you used to, and people don't always know how to attack it. Like against Lyon the other night, we went to what I call our diamond, our 1-2-2. It slowed them down and got them out of their up and down. It forced them into half-court set. So, it forces – what we like about it is it forces teams to get out of their comfort zone and makes them do something they don't want to do.
Right. Well, we've got some great quick personnel, so I'm looking forward to this. You're going to play again on Thursday night. I'm assuming that's a 6 o'clock
I believe that's correct, yes.
As well, and not to anticipate who's going to win the game, but you got to say Crittenden County is a heavy favorite in the game against Dawson. So your thoughts as we close up your segment here, Coach, on Crittenden County. You played them a really tight game back at the Butler Gym earlier in the season on a great night for basketball in Princeton. That was just a fun night, but you had that a close game. I think it was a 4-point game in the fourth quarter.
It was, and they're going to play hard. They always do. Coach Todd has done a good job with those young ladies over there, and they're going to play hard, and they're not going to quit. Whether they're up 30 or down 30, they're going to bring the same intensity. And that's one of the things we've done to the players is not only do we have to match that, but we've got to exceed that. And so going in, we know it's going to be a battle. We know who their main scorers are. So it's about taking away what they do well and forcing them out of what they like to do. And when we dictate tempo against them, and even we played Hoptown dictate tempo, we were able to score. That was another game I'd point out that it was a 6-point ball game in the second half. So we're putting those blocks together, and I think the young ladies are finally starting to buy in on some of that. And we've got some guards who can handle the ball and get the ball up and down the court. So that making us harder and harder to be pressed and trapped. So we're trying to get there, but looking forward to a fun environment come Thursday night. And,
I think it's going to be a good game.
I told you young ladies that these are the games you want to play in. And like you were talking about, Coach, it's having something that means something. Having people in the gym. I said those were the nights I got energized the most as a player because we got a full house and something's on the line. If you're a competitor, you want the ball in your hands during those situations.
Absolutely.
And we want our girls to buy into that. And, hey, look, don't be scared. Sorry, Dennis. Don't be scared. Dennis Crittenden. Don't be scared. It's a big game. Embrace it. This is a great opportunity, and we're going to go take it. That's the mindset we got to have.
It's our home court.
Yes.
How often do you get to play a regional tournament on your home court?
Yes.
So definitely got to take advantage of that.
Guard your yard.
That's right. Well, Coach, thanks for coming up tonight on the Trilogy post-game report.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the win tonight. We'll let you pass the headphones off to the player. I'm going to give her player of the game, but I don't think I'll get any argument from her mom.
I don't know. I don't know if I give her player of the game, but she did okay. So
I think she did a good job. Joined now by Med Thomas, and Med, thanks for coming up here on the Trilogy post-game report. I'm going to ask you: is offense getting fun for you?
Yes, sir.
You're shooting the ball well. You look like you're more into the flow offensively. Tell us something about the gradual shift on that a little bit. You weren't putting a lot of points on the board earlier in the season, but now you're starting to get into that offensive flow.
I just think it's my confidence. Like later on, like beginning of the season, I didn't really have much confidence, and I was just, and like my shot selection was a little off. And just now, I just have more confidence, and I trust myself a little more, and I just take better shots.
How do you gain confidence in this game, man?
Practice.
Like you'd heard that one a couple of times, Mid. Tonight's game, you knew coming in, you guys knew that Heritage Christian had not won but one game this season, that Dawson had beaten them a couple of times. So you kind of felt like you had this one in the pocket, but you came out and maybe a step slow early on. Coach Brown said he took that one for the team because he didn't want you to be that laid back with them. It started to pick up a little bit, and you're really starting to look and to move that ball around tonight, and I thought everybody started to get involved after that first quarter. Tell us a little bit about the gradual change from that first quarter on through the rest of the game.
We did start off a little slow because we just thought, like, just because they won one game, we don't need to still push it. But I feel like later on we were just like, we hustled more, and we just, I don't know, we just tried to, like you said, try to get everybody involved and just pass the ball around, moved it around, like ran stuff so we could like get a little used to running our plays and stuff.
Melissa?
So, man, we all know you've really struggled to start this season off. It's no secret. Don't look at me like that. But you've played your way out of it. So what did that teach you?
That just taught me to just, I don't know. It just taught me to just, if you push yourself and just work hard every day and push yourself and compete. I mean, you just, I don't know, you'll just get better, gain more confidence, and just, yeah.
And it also had to probably take a little bit of patience with a brand new coach coming in, figuring out what your role was going to be under this new coach, and not try to press the issue a whole lot and force up a lot of bad shots or commit a lot of fouls.
So I do have a couple more questions. How difficult is it? You go to practice every day, and you have a coach probably down your throat, and then you come home and you have a mom as a coach that wants to know every single thing that happened in practice today. What's that like for you?
I don't know. I feel like I like it because it just people pushing me and then trying to get me to do my best. But like sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I get a little mentally weak and I'm just like, I can't take it. But I just feel like that's what makes me better. That's what makes me push myself. Because if nobody talked to me about it, nobody was hard on me, then I wouldn't be good.
It's a good way to look at it. So going into the Crittenden County game, what's going to be your focus?
My focus is just, I don't know, just to drive the lanes, try to get on the free throw line, and just try to get my teammates more involved. The post, like last time we played them, the post really scored, and then when we stopped doing that, we stopped scoring. So we just need to get the ball to the post.
Do you think my last question to you, do you think this team, I know we're going to the post more, and I'm sure it's by design from Coach Brown, but are you guys getting more comfortable not forcing it into the post, into a lot of traffic, and kind of reading when you have that open pass and when you don't, to try to cut those turnovers down?
I feel like at first we did force it a lot. Personally, I'd see it too late and still pass it in. But I feel like as we've played more together, we kind of have a little more connection, and we just, I don't know, we make better passes. I mean, sometimes we overreach, we pass it in even if it's not open. But I feel like we've cut that out more later on in this season.
Well, Med, I'm going to give you the player of the game just for having to be interviewed by your mom in the postgame. So you deserve it tonight.
We'll be critiquing this conversation when it's all over. But I just want to end by saying I love watching these Lady Tigers play. And, Med, I love watching you play basketball, kid. So thank you for giving me that opportunity. And just keep doing what you're doing, playing hard, and the chips will fall where they're supposed to.
Yeah, it's a fun team to watch, and it's a fun team to watch you grow. So congratulations tonight on a big win. Good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Med Thomas here, the Critter Care player of the game tonight. Critter Care is Princeton's newest boarding and grooming facility located in the former Rogers Vet Clinic, providing day and overnight boarding for all of your family pets. Yes, even the family lizard or rabbit can stay with Fido at Critter Care. Follow them on Facebook at Critter Care LLC for more information. Melissa, a couple of more awards to give out tonight. Let's go to the Eye on the Tiger award. That's usually one we give out for hustle, determination, maybe not the leading scorer by any means on tonight's game, but somebody that really caught our eye with effort. Parker Eye Care's Eye on the Tiger award tonight is sponsored by Parker Eye Care. They strive to be their best to help you see your best. Parker Eye Care on Lakota Drive in Katie's. Your vision, our focus. And my vote is the hustle that she played what she needed to do in the first half. Unassumingly was Nyla Sykes in that first half. Came out in that third quarter and just took advantage of the opportunities presented to her and had a good 10-point game.
Absolutely. 10 points in the third quarter. All eyes were on her,
right,
especially during that time period. And, I feel like she gets that award a lot because she's so active on both ends of the court. But tonight she made herself known and provided that spark late in the game. And the game's out of reach.
Right.
So it's hard to come in sometimes and do that. But she was able to do that. So I second that vote.
All right. And I'm going to leave this last one up to you. I don't know if there is a clutch play of the game when it's 52-3 tonight. Clutch Play is brought to you by Coleman Auto Parts, your hometown Napa Auto Parts dealer. They have tools, equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, golf cart, and farm. Stop by and see Charles Quinn Coleman and staff at Coleman Auto Parts in Princeton. Napa know-how at its best.
I think Morgan Akins coming in and hitting 3 threes. That's an area that we've struggled at times this year. So clutch play of the game has to be one of her 3 threes that she hit tonight.
I like that. Morgan Akins wins the clutch play of the game from Coleman Auto Parts. That's going to about wrap us up tonight on the Trilogy postgame report. Always go by Trilogy. Check those guys out. They have an affordable membership, $34.99 a month plus tax. They'll give you 24/7 access, top-notch facilities, state-of-the-art equipment, and coaches to help you reach all of your fitness goals. Get in the game and feel great at Trilogy. Melissa, this was a night that we knew we were probably going to play Thursday. Coming in, the last 2 wins.
It was a good draw.
It was a good draw. The last 2 wins for Caldwell County have been a combined 118-12.